Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Go!
Nope. Wrong show.
That is the wrong show. Welcome to Broken Sim. We're in it. We're in it. We're in it.
We just get right into it.
I'm thinking about doing that in tinfoil hat, getting rid of all of it. Just get in it.
You mentioned that a lot. Well, somebody told you, a random person on Instagram or something told you, like, hey, dude, I get tired of listening to you.
No.
Shit
A friend of mine
minutes.
who's into like the whole content creating thing at a high level, he's like, get in it.
Dude,
Just
Rogan
get
has
it.
like 6 ads now at the top of the show.
Why do you do that?
Rogan.
Oh, Rogan? Yeah, but that's Joe Rogan. We're not Joe Rogan,
I know,
bro.
but we aspire to be the best.
I do jujitsu. That's the closest we get to Joe Rogan. That's it. That's it. Hey, almost got a stripe. I'm 1 month away.
Oh, really?
If everything goes according to plan, I get my first stripe.
If you're listening, please leave a review to the show. We're telling everybody up front before you all check out. Just a little experiment. Stop right now.
Stop.
Just take your phone out.
Collaborate.
If it's Apple, go
And
to the
listen.
Apple app. If it's Spotify,
Whatever you listen on, whatever you do, just stop.
And
Leave
please
us a
just
review. Leave us. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, yeah, sure. Just
Wherever.
leave a comment. I guess I don't know. Just say 5 stars.
So what do you want them to do? Subscribe?
Well,
what are you
hopefully
asking
they're
them?
subscribed. Leave a review if you're listening.
Oh, leave a review.
A 5-star review, of course.
5-star review. Why nobody's reviewing?
No, we're just trying to game the.
We're
game
trying
the
to
system
battle
here.
the algo.
Yeah, we're battling the algo. You can help
Come
us
on,
fight
you want
the
some
algo.
algo? Let's go, algo. Let's go, algo.
Algo.
You want some, dog? I'm in it, bro.
Okay. You got a nice atrocity on. Sam's got the atrocity.
I got atrocity tea over
BSmerch.com.
my atrocity tits. Okay. I'm sorry, bro.
We have a great atrocity call today, by the way.
Really?
Really
Dude, I got to get my atrocity is I just keep getting fatter. That's my atrocity.
We
How
got to
about that
start
one?
this challenge. It can't start soon enough, dude. I'm right there
We
with
started
you.
right now.
Dude, well, you know what the problem, dude, with me, like when you said we were going to start doing that like last Friday,
I'm with you.
in my head, I'm like, all right, I got to get all my
Get it
bullshit.
in.
I've been eating pizza, bro. I've been eating ice cream.
Me too. Soda. I don't even do mouthwash. I use Coke. Bam. Go.
And then we pushed it back. We pushed it back a few days, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to die.
Yeah,
if
we're
we
going to
don't
blimp
fucking-
out, bro. We are going to blimp out.
So we're starting, a lot of people have asked, we're going to start on Monday, right?
Which
Monday?
is, when does
coming
this
Monday.
drop?
It'll drop Monday.
We're going to drop it on the July 3rd.
Yeah, and
Are we dancing with the devil on that?
What does that mean?
Are people going to be listening to podcasts when they're celebrating America?
Well, that's the 4th. The 3rd is not.
the
same.
3rd, they're just going to be sitting around
Looking for shit to
making
do. Yeah.
macaroni salad.
I think it's all right. What better way to celebrate America than with Sam Tripoli? That's what I said.
Yeah, get it, dude. Get some.
So
be
again,
patriotic.
to highlight what we're doing here, 75 days straight.
75
it's called
days
the
straight.
75-day hard challenge.
Hard, rock hard.
Following a diet. For me, that's going to be 50 carbs a day, not net carbs, regular carbs per day. That's going to be tough.
How
I've
are you
done it
going to
before.
measure that?
Well, every item you buy has got the nutrition facts.
And
on the
you're
back.
going to look for carbs on
Yeah,
there.
well, there's apps like there's an app.
You're a nerd dork, bro.
LifeSum that you take a picture of the label and it just automatically matches
What?
all
Life sum, bro?
LifeSum, yeah.
Life song or sum?
Sum, S-U-M.
I'm
Sum.
in, bro. Life sum.
You just scan any label. And
That
then
sounds like an Asian hooker move. Like some? Like some? Like some?
And then you have to work out twice a day for at least 45 minutes. That's what we're going to do.
Okay. Yes, I already do that.
We're saying drink.
Do you do that, Johnny? Have
I-
you been
I
putting
walk
up
a lot.
any numbers at all?
I walk a lot. That's
So
my
what
move.
is running? What's your other workout? You got to do something, Johnny.
Well, it can be the same thing. It just
You're
has
just
to
gonna
be
walk
two-
the whole time.
Well, no, I mean we got a Peloton. I could do that. My girl's got Peloton.
I like
could
that. I like that. And then you got to take
I mean,
a picture
I got,
a day.
I got kettlebells.
Oh,
I can
snaps!
do that. Drink 4 liters of water per day.
4 liters, isn't that a gallon?
It's 3.7 liters. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, hold on. A gallon is 3.7 liters.
Yeah, so about a gallon of water.
Okay. All right. I'm really gonna force it down my throat. I got this thing. Man, I got this filter, bro. I'm drinking tap water,
Oh, yeah?
filtering it. Bang.
That's you want to make sure you're filtering it right. I just watched this video on YouTube. You don't want to be drinking tap water, dude. It's got some gnarly shit in it.
Yeah, but I filter.
Well, you make sure you're filtering it the right way, though.
Why?
That's
What's
I
the wrong way?
I don't know. Just, dude, make sure
I got
your
like
filter
the
filters
best
out.
filter out there, bro.
Read 10 pages of nonfiction each
Done.
day.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
And then that's not going to be a problem for me either. I got so much stuff to read. and then take a progress picture each day.
I'm
Now,
a little shirt on, shirt off, Johnny.
Well, you can do shirt off. Just don't.
I'm going to be doing shirt on because these tits are rocking.
Yeah, but what are you going to see if you
Don't come shirtless because when these tits are rocking, bro.
I mean, you don't have to show anybody. It's just for you.
No, I think you post it.
Post it where?
I don't know.
I'm not posting it.
Okay.
I mean,
fine.
you can post it if you want to. I probably will share it at the end.
Okay. No,
But-
you got to take your first pick.
Yeah, I
And then
think you
your
should
last
do it. No, you
pick.
should do it every day. You should do
Okay.
that. That's part of.
Oh, you're going to post your picture every day or just your first
just
pick?
taking. I'm taking a picture every day. It
Okay.
just says take a progress picture.
Okay,
It doesn't say
respect.
post a
I'm
progress
in.
picture.
I'm in. I'm
And
in.
then that's it. It's 5 simple rules. It's just I think the idea here is that
I'm
you
going
have
to do some other stuff.
You have to kind of tame. Your
I'm going to not
will.
watch porn.
Okay, well you were already doing that.
Well, I
According
did,
to
and
you.
then I fell off hard.
Uh oh.
I was bored.
Fell off hard.
Yeah, hard.
Okay.
So I'm going to not watch porn
All right.
for 75 days.
Wait, what was
I know
that
I
like,
can do
falling
it.
off the wagon? How'd
It
that
just
happen?
sucks. You're like, oh, this is low vibrational.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm over it. Let me move on.
What how'd that happen? Did you?
Bored, got everything
got
done,
bored.
worked out, didn't have to get anything done. Podcasts were done for today, had a lot of time down. Dana was doing day labor somewhere. I didn't have to go do anything.
That's part of what people don't understand about you. I think part of the reason you work so hard is because when you have free time,
Yeah,
it causes problems.
It gets a little weird.
Yeah.
Right? Gotta keep going, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah,
so
you're
funny?
like a shark, except you won't die if you
Yeah.
stop moving. You'll just jerk off, and that's
so I'm going
that's a real
to
problem.
do that. So my diet will include no soda and not eating after 8 p.m. That's my goal.
Okay. That's super.
That's gonna be
super-
real hard, dog.
Yeah, not eating after 8.
Real-
I was gonna call you out and say the no soda thing is like a little too simple. I think. But
Really?
I like the no after 8.
Johnny, you have no clue how consumed I am with.
I'm also gonna do
Coca-Cola.
one soda per day. So that's
Yeah,
my
you
cut
have
down.
no clue how much I love Coca-Cola.
Dude, I mean,
It's a part in my
you know
mouth.
how
Everybody's
no
coming.
clue how much I love carbohydrates. So.
Yeah, I know, Johnny. It's not even close. To
I
my
know.
love
I
of soda.
think if you tried 50 carbs, you would learn what one soda is about 50. One of your sodas is about 50 carbs per day. Like you would be down to that would be it for carbs.
Yeah.
No bread, no anything sweet. It's
I'm
gone,
down with no
sugar.
bread.
No sugar at all would be
How
like
do you
after
do no sugar?
What do you mean? It's just meat and green vegetables,
That's
leafy
it.
vegetables. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I can do a little bit if I have the 50, but I'm saying if you had one of your Cokes,
Yeah.
that uses up almost all.
That's fine. I'm not doing any Cokes. I'm done. No Cokes. I'm out. Johnny, are you questioning my manhood?
46 grams.
Johnny,
of
we
carbs
got to put
and one
$100 on
Coke.
this.
What's the bet?
Whoever, if one of us goes out, he owes the other one $100. I'll do it.
Quit if you want to quit.
If you quit, yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll do that.
All
I'm not
right,
gonna quit.
we're in, and we're just
course.
gonna be real honest with each
Yeah.
other. That's the only way this works, Johnny.
No, I mean, and then the results will be in the proof. I mean, what?
All
You know,
right.
see at the end.
So your thing
I
is
think you should take your measurements to weigh yourself.
you should write this down.
Okay. I mean,
No
it's
porn,
recorded.
no soda, no
Oh, yeah,
eating
yeah,
after
I
8
got you.
p.m.
All right, hold on. Let me get my notepad.
for the most part. And what day do we gotta go to? What day? September?
Hold on, I'll have to do that in just a second. Okay.
Man,
so-
we gotta go to September, bro.
Yeah, dude.
What is that, next year?
So Sam is no soda,
Yeah.
no porn,
No porn, no soda.
no food after 8,
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
and then I am doing 50 carbs.
Oh my god.
1 soda per day.
Damn.
All right, I like that, and I'm not gonna eat after midnight, so because I keep a crazy schedule. But I thought about doing at least 12 hours of fasting every day. That's pretty easy for me though, so I don't. All right, that's it, man.
All right, bro.
Let's do this. If you want to do it at home, just tweet at us. What
So you're gonna work out twice a day for 75 days.
45 minutes per workout or 90 minutes for one
Or
workout.
yeah, or
It just has
hour
to
and
add
a
up
half.
to 90 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to join us, just tweet at Johnny Woodard, at Broken Sim on Twitter, at Sam Tripoli, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, let's do it through the Broken Sim account, at Broken Sim. Just tweet at us and we'll retweet
What are you
to
gonna
hold
do? Are you
accountable.
gonna get in it? Are you in it? Or are you in it?
And we're starting, okay, so it starts Monday, July 3rd. And then what is 75 days after Monday, July 3rd? 2023.
Johnny, what if like
September 16th.
And listeners, you have to lay a lot in the line. If you go out, Johnny gets to make love to your wife. Okay, that's it. Put pressure on him.
My
Okay?
girl would not like
Just
that.
put Johnny. It's for the show.
Saturday, September 16th.
The 16th.
Yeah. 2.5. Oh wait, is it 2.5 months? Yeah.
That's so long.
It's 2.5 months, bro.
That's 75 days.
Yeah, it's almost gonna be
That's
fall.
so much,
It's gonna be
bro.
so hot in
That's
September.
so much.
Think about how good you're gonna feel though. Do you have more energy?
I know, bro. I'm gonna get all this low vibrational bullshit out of my life.
I feel like you should add another element to your diet.
Johnny, I'm doing way more than you. You're giving up bread.
Dude, I don't think you know how few 50 carbs is. I'm not talking about net carbs. I'm talking about just carbs. One soda and you're done with carbs for the day.
Yeah, I know, Johnny. I'm not even gonna drink soda.
Right, but Nate, tell me some of your staple foods that you eat.
I don't know. I eat like shit.
No, but tell me what-
Dana wants me fat.
Tell me some of the things
Dana
that you
wants me
rely on.
fat, so I'm unfuckable.
What are
That's
some of the things? What are some of the things you rely on to eat
Let's see.
daily?
I eat salad, but I
Salad,
throw
yeah.
some dressing on it.
Okay, what kind of dressing?
I'll throw some like sometimes some honey mustard on it, maybe
Okay.
a little bit.
What brand?
I don't know, Johnny. It's
Well, no,
whatever,
I mean, I need to
whatever's
get
in
the-
the fridge.
Okay, so honey mustard dressing. That's about 7 grams of carbs and 2 tablespoons. That's
Oh
about,
God!
so that would leave you with,
Only 43 left to go.
43 left.
Johnny, I
Just
get it.
from a
I'm just
salad.
laying more on the line than you.
I don't know what
Because
that
I
means.
already have things that I've quit, like drugs and alcohol. So now I'm taking
Yeah,
even.
we should add too. No, there's no drinking. There's no drinking.
Oh,
during
can you
this.
do that, Johnny?
That's easy for me, of course. Yeah, but we already said that last week. I
Yeah,
forgot to
now
say.
we just lost everybody who's going to do this. They're like, fuck it, Johnny. Fuck my wife.
That's too early. No, we're at 12 minutes. But you
Yeah,
said it
we're at
earlier.
12
You said
minutes.
it earlier though, and it was too early. Damn it.
Can you beep that?
Yeah, sure. Although I've noticed they've been more lenient with that lately.
Well, I mean, is YouTube go showing us a tiny bit of love? I
little
feel
bit
like.
more. Yeah.
Oh,
Although we got like 10,000 views in about a day the other day,
Yeah.
and as soon as that happened, they were like, "No,
okay. We
No.
don't, oh, yeah. We don't like
let's
you.
wrap this up."
We don't like you.
All right, so that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that, dude.
So-
I feel like I needed some motivation, so
So, Johnny,
we can all help each other out.
we can all do it together. It takes a village. It takes a village.
Like, what you eat like Chick-fil-A? What do you do?
No, I don't eat a lot of fast food, bro. I'm
yeah,
not
me-
a
I don't
fast
eat
food
fast food
guy.
either. Yeah.
My biggest thing is late night eating.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's bad for you.
That's where I get really bad.
Really
I
bad for your
don't
body.
really like. I'll have a kebab. I'll have like kebab wrap. That's kind of crazy. And then Dana will go with some meat and some potatoes. And then I have
Potatoes,
this.
see, that's your carbs. There.
Okay,
Wrap.
and I have a tiny can of Coke. Tiny
can?
cans.
Okay.
Those tiny cans.
Why don't you just switch to like flavored water or something like that?
Johnny, I gave up drugs. I would like to have something in my life that gives me
Well,
a
now
little
you're not gonna
escape.
have it for
No, I'm not
75
gonna
days.
have it, bro. I'm just gonna be the most boring human being on
Tomorrow,
planet
you
Earth.
better load up, bro.
It's gonna be so awful, bro. Like
are you
30
gonna have,
days
like, a
in, I'm
brunch?
like, I just want to die. That's all I'm gonna
eat
do.
so much bullshit tomorrow.
What? Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna-
just gonna go
Sunday.
hard?
The last day for sure, dude.
You're just gonna
It
plump it,
also is
up?
good because then Monday morning, if you
What
weigh
if I
yourself,
just beat off for one day? Just can't stop beating off just the whole time. I'm just using different grips all the
Everything.
time.
Going back to
Just
your
get
greatest hits tapes, you know, yeah.
So Johnny, it's so funny. I sent you that video from that Vice show where like people like wear masks and they tell stories of like things they've seen,
so
right?
strange, yeah.
And this guy's job is to clean up murder scenes.
it's so dark, dude.
And one day he walked into a guy who was living in a high rise and he was cooking high-end meth and producing his own pornography, which completely makes sense to me. Like that sounds
same
like
energy, huh?
That sounds like peanut butter and jelly to me. You're like, "Oh, you're gonna cook meth? And why not make porn at the same time?" That sounds like it's peanut butter and jelly.
It's so funny. I just watched again Boogie Nights the other day.
Yeah.
and it's like that like speedy energy and porn just goes together.
Oh,
perfectly.
dude, the Nazis know what they were doing, bro. They're like, "Bro, try this."
I'm a crime scene cleaner.
Oh God.
You just never know what you're going to walk into. I've seen a lot of stabbings,
Johnny, stop
shootings.
it. Stop it. Can we come up with a cool thing called What is it that would this is when you're allowed to use somebody else's video?
Fair use.
We need this is fair use.
Well, you know what I
use.
do? If it's something that causes problems, I have this thing that I put these green bubbles all over the screen, and then it just says fair use bubbles on the flashing thing comes up. It says fair use.
It's time for fair use bubble.
Oh, wait.
Fair use bubbles. Fair use. Fair use bubbles.
Fair use bubbles may not be used by anyone for copyright or other
Yeah,
reasons.
you can't. We only get to use the fair use bubbles. That's kind of like our slime, right? If you know if you're getting hit with the fair use bubble, you're in the mix, bro. You're in the mix. So here we go.
Machete attacks. Wow.
Attacks,
Oh, this is a
assaults.
woman, huh?
It's blood on the streets.
Is it? A
No,
woman?
I think it's a
Found
dude.
Drugs that the police missed.
Oh, no, hold,
One
stop. I think it's a lesbian.
Maybe an Indian dude.
Indian lesbian.
Look how thick that neck is. That's a thick neck for a woman.
He who chops box, right? I think that's his Native American.
Why did they have to use such a creepy mask? Why couldn't they
Because
use, like, a
he's
Ronald
telling a
Reagan mask?
creepy story.
That's gross, dude. I watched this movie Infinity Pool last night, and they had some of the creepiest masks in that movie.
Here we go.
My coworkers were shot at a meth job cleaning. We ended up doing a house where the man had been a serial killer. It was so great.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
He'd been a serial killer?
He'd been a serial killer and he had the entire place all camera.
Do you believe this?
Yeah, I believe all of it.
You know, this is one of the proofs I've seen of the shoots at the institutions of higher learnings, that they never called in these people, and they couldn't say who did the cleanup. That's one of the reasons people think that maybe there was no actual shoots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They can't find the cleanup people?
Yeah. This lady who's like a researcher went and just called around, called the government officials, and they just hung up on her when she would ask. Like, got really nervous and then hung up.
Well, you know what's so interesting, Johnny? I think I'm gonna put it out for free.
Yeah.
I just did an Only Conspiracies with Juan to Juan.
Yeah, I love that name. Yeah.
Okay,
Such a
he's
good name.
really good, dude, and he breaks down that whole thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is the occult, bro. And so I started. Like, will you stop this for a moment and Google? Look up their names, okay?
Whose names?
Any of the people who died on that.
Which one?
On the submarine, right?
Oh, okay.
Find their names and see if you can find any mention of funeral services anywhere.
Okay. I mean, they don't have their bodies, so that would be kind of hard to do a funeral on.
Or anything.
Well, I did see that they did a memorial for that one guy, the billionaire, and
Where?
his son.
By the way, dude,
England.
so they break that guy down, okay?
Yeah.
They break that guy down. 2 of his ancestors signed the Declaration of Independence, and he was
the
known
English guy, or you mean the guy who ran the
the
company?
billionaire guy, yeah.
Well, there was another rich guy is who I'm talking about, and his son.
But
They're the ones that
you
had
gotta
it.
listen to this podcast from one to one.
Okay.
One on one.
One-on-one.
And I always fuck it up, and he corrects me, and he smiles every time.
That's a good person.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So one of the guys is giving an interview in a shirt, and guess what the logo is of? The Bohemian Grove.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
And
man.
he was known as a comedian at the Bohemian Grove.
They have a comedy
They have
actor. Really?
comedy there. And dude, that is so funny. Well, dude, I've had to file some weird fucking shit.
Can you imagine?
Imagine you have to child sacrifice, then you go up for 15. Is that okay?
Boy, tough crowd here.
Guys, what would somebody just die? Okay, we're gonna sacrifice the Moloch, get that out of the way. Then you do 15.
2 deaths on this altar. Ooh,
Hey, you know, you got your rider, right? We want you to work clean, okay? We like it clean here at Bohemian Grove, especially after we murdered a child, okay? So just keep it clean, right? After we sacrifice the Moloch, no swear words, okay? Because it's pretty fucking, the energy's high vibrational
Just,
here.
if you could, don't make fun of the Clintons because they might be here.
Yeah,
Just,
please don't make fun. They can't take a joke.
Yeah.
The last comic disappeared. How do you think you got a job? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if Bill Clinton asks you to talk in the other room, he's gonna try to you. So let's beep that. So let's hear that, dude. It gets really, but I want it. This is I don't know if it's earlier, but yeah, he starts talking about this serial kill, but then the next one is really crazy, I think.
Or a bag of meth, cocaine, marijuana, you name it. And now that I've found it, it is compromised because it could have been mine. It could have been somebody else's that walked by.
It could have been
Not all homicides and suicides. There was this one guy that had been cooking meth in a really high-end apartment complex. He had a ton of money, nice cars, nice equipment in his house.
Equipment,
and
cook
he
meth.
had been cooking meth, kick off before the police found his meth lab. He was also shooting porn in his apartment. So entering this apartment, you could smell a really strong smell of cinnamon. And everything was slippery. Everything on the floors, the walls, the couches, everything had cinnamon-flavored lube all over it. There was so much of it that we actually had to pull off
all over it, bro.
because it made it through. He was actually saving his own semen. He had 2 containers full of semen. It was really gross.
Yeah,
He also ended up
bro.
doing a house where the man had been a serial killer. It was so grimy.
Okay, stop it. Stop it.
This is getting demonetized.
Yeah. Really?
Jars full of jizz.
Yeah, you don't have to play that part. Just play with the part that he talks about the
jars full of jizz. Yeah.
No, not the jars for jizz.
The cinnamon lube.
Yeah, I mean, dude, do you know how much lube you have to have out for it to smell like cinnamon?
Every surface.
The
is
whole
covered.
place has to be like,
That's so bad.
right? It's just like, dude, the guy's slipping all over the place.
Oh, that's disgusting. What? That's got to be one of the worst jobs on the planet. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be a real.
It must make a lot of money.
Yeah,
You got to make a lot of money. To
do you
that.
think?
Well, it seems like a lot of those people do industrial cleanup. They make a killing. That's one of those big like contractor works.
Oh
that
my
make a lot of money.
god, bro! And you gotta go in there and clean everything out.
That's like his best day of his life too, cleaning up a bunch of cinnamon flavored.
Yeah, that's a good day.
That's like his and
was it
like
a good
jars
day
of
at work?
jizz.
Oh, dude, jizz, cinnamon
The
flavor.
jizz was in jars. I mean, it was
in
great.
a jar.
Yeah, it wasn't
At
all
least
over
it's
the
contained.
every surface.
You know, but it was funny because I took the jar and threw it and told Tommy to catch it. Boy, did you should have seen his face. It was red like cinnamon lube. That's how red it was. Right? That's what were we talking? Oh, so anyways,
I don't know.
speaking of
anything anymore.
partying and crazy chicks, I got to see Pablo Francisco last night, which was great. And so Johnny, you brought up something very interesting to me.
Okay.
And you brought this up about me about why I work so much. Because I have to stay busy because if I don't, I get bored and then,
Stay ahead of your demons. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I got to hang out with Pablo Francisco last night. He's well known for everything that he does on the stage and off the stage. I've told this story before. Pablo gave me a very nice, he gave me a car one time. I told you that,
yeah,
right?
you did, yeah.
He won in a poker
Car
game.
that you used to outrun the
Rita,
police.
his girlfriend at the time, was driving it around. She decided she didn't want it anymore, and he gave it to me. And then, one night on coke, me and Scott Ross were driving around, and I got in a high-speed car chase with this
And
guy, right?
You beat them ingeniously by pulling into a valet.
Yeah, I valet parked my car at
Yeah.
a hotel I worked at.
Brilliant.
So that's how I got away.
Brilliant.
So I love Pablo, and I got to hang out with Pablo Francisco for one night. And dude, you want to talk about a supercomputer brain?
Yeah.
I've never met anybody that talks in punchlines like this guy.
I can't imagine what he would be like off the stage because he's so
like
intense.
that. Can you find a clip of his?
Yeah. I mean, he's so unique. His
Fair use
presentation.
bubbles.
This ain't gonna be fair use. But
Oh,
So it's really dark in there, so you just walk in there and just go. It's like throwing the dancers on. Give it up for Lexus. Come on. Her
Is he
boyfriend's
kind
at
of
the
an
bar
evolution
watching
of
you
Dane
give her
Cook?
money right now.
Do you think he's kind of an evolution of Dane Cook? What would you say? Like
Oh.
an evolved Dane Cook? Like
no. I think they might be around the same age, and they came up at the same time.
didn't Dane Cook kind of hit before him though? And
No, he was hitting a long
Really?
time ago,
Okay.
but Dane hit way bigger. But Pablo and Pablo, I've said this about, there's two comics who came out of the womb with a tight 45 minutes. And that was Nick Swartzen and Pablo Francisco. what the evolution of Pablo Francisco is Gabriel Iglesias. Gabriel,
Interesting, yeah.
Again, done separately, but was able to take this style and just go humongous on it. Like, just giant,
Yeah, he
playing
made it
Dodger
more-
Stadium, right?
He made it more like family friendly.
You know,
right?
but Gabriel has more long form, whereas like Pablo
Hit,
is
hit, hit,
stream of consciousness, and it's like so run this.
I'll let it run for a second.
She's supporting his crystal meth habit. Come on, right now. What the fuck?
Does he still do all the
Who's
effects,
doing
the
that?
sound, the mouth effects?
Yeah,
Stop that! This is a job, man. Don't be doing that. What the fuck? Stop it! This is a job, man. Don't be making those noises and shit. Give me my money. Where's my money? Give it to me.
For 2 hours, I had this strip club going crazy, just doing the duck and shit. Even the bouncers are coming out. All right, man, who's the duck? Come on out, man. Show your face. What's up, duck? Don't be doing that shit, man. Come on out, you duck. It's coming from this area, man. It's coming from this area. Show your face.
I can tell by watching his act that him and I have the same demons. Right? It's very funny because our both of our acts have a lot of drug and sex overtones, which means we're both. And he talks about going to AA, and he talks about SA, and it's just. But that's like hanging out with Pablo Francisco. Like that is how he is
crazy, yeah.
hanging out with you, and like now I get why we both like to party because he can't turn his brain off. It's going all the time.
Yeah, it seems like there's two camps of comedians, right? There are those that are like they turn it on stage, and then off stage they're like just like closed down,
Yes.
really like antisocial,
Yeah.
neurotic.
Or,
you know?
and it's very weird because they'll be interviewed and they don't have any comedic energy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people are like that wasn't.
There's a lot of guys like that.
Yeah. You know why? Because stand
Hicks was like that, dude. Hicks was really like that. If you see him interview a lot, I mean, he's very, very sort of, what would you say, like introverted, you know?
Well, you know, not everybody is a. Listen, I got
a clown,
like
right?
there's some people who could talk in punchlines. Like Tim Dillon's like that. If you watch Tim Dillon's, he's amazing at talking in punchlines.
Podcasting helps with that, too.
Right? But nobody does it to the level of like Tim Dillon. Like I think he's the best at it. That's why his show's so huge, right? He just talks in these, and he's like, I call him the David Tell of podcasting, because like David Tell, you like
Jimmy Dore can go on like that. He's really good.
Jimmy
When he
Dore is
podcasts-
great too.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dore is great, and Kurt Metzger's great too. But Pablo in a room is like the most amazing. Just hang out with him.
He's a center of gravity, huh? He's one of those guys.
He's just like everything is like just going through the supercomputer of funny, and he's crushing it. And he's
Is
still
he your age?
I don't know. Look up how old Pablo Francisco is.
It feels like he's been around forever.
He has been around. Like I said, he just blew up and just like right out of the gate.
He's 49. Okay.
I'm older than Pablo.
Yeah. What is
God.
that?
What is wrong with my career?
I mean, Dat Fan's 48, dude. It's like,
What? That's crazy.
Gabriel Iglesias is 46.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I didn't think he was that old.
I'm old. Stick a fork in me.
Mencia is 55, so you're right.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I thought they were all around the same age, but that's younger. But
Well, that makes sense that he's around Joe Rogan's age.
yeah. You don't see much from that guy anymore, do you?
Who?
Mencia.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to like
I used to get in. I remember in like 2006 working at the Durham Bulls, and part of my job I would just hang out with the guys in the press box before the games. I loved talking to them. And this one guy, we got in these huge arguments. He thought Carlos Mencia was a fucking genius, and I was like, dude, Carlos Mencia is not funny. I never liked his show or any of that stuff. And this was before even the Rogan thing. And we used to get in these big arguments about me and this guy Mike Potter, who worked for the Durham Herald Sun.
And he was like, no, man, Mencia's
He
the
really
best.
liked Carlos Mencia. Dude, a
Mencia,
lot.
listen, back in the day, dude, there was a comedy tour called The Three Amigos.
How'd they come up with that? Wow.
And it was who opened it? Oh, what's his name? Oh, fuck.
Let me see if I can find it.
The Three Amigos Comedy Tour. The feature was Pablo Francisco.
It was Mencia, though?
Yeah, Mencia, Pablo Francisco, and I forget who was the opener.
Let's see. Three Amigos TV special 2003 Latino headliners. We got Mencia. It's loading. Freddie Soto.
Freddie Soto, that was it. Freddie Soto opened. Pablo went second. And then Carlos went up. So that's how powerful Carlos was. Like, you know, I mean
Soto. I mean, even going after Soto is like
Soto. But dude,
going after you showed me him a couple like last year, I went and watched.
Regardless,
he's amazing.
Yeah, he is amazing. But Carlos followed Pablo. That's how powerful he was. But the problem was he just didn't know how to play nice together. And here's the whole thing. Like I believe in second chances. That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm with you. 100%.
People fuck up. I believe in second chances.
100%.
You know, and I would like Carlos to be able to have a second chance.
Everybody should.
But it's never going to happen if you keep telling people everybody else is lying. It's just never going to happen.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just not. You're going around telling everybody they're lying. The entire comedy scene is lying.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Everybody? Like that's alcoholism. And I hear he doesn't drink. That's alcoholism. Like blaming everybody else. Like the one common denominator in all this shit is you. If you're the common denominator, right? And again, I want him to do well. I'm not wishing if I was judged by my worst moments.
Oh God, yeah, me too.
It would suck. So anyway, so that was it. Got to hang out with Pablo, watched him crush last night.
What show? Where was it?
It was I've been calling into the comedy clubs again.
Good.
Yeah, I decided to come back. I'm doing a Monday night at the Comedy Store in the main room because it's a 4-day weekend, right?
How's that been going?
Fun.
Are you glad? I mean, are you glad you?
Well, you know what's so funny is I did the improv. I listen. There's certain shows I know I can go hard Tripoli.
Yeah.
And then there's shows where I know I have to, you know,
do that other thing.
tinker with it. And last night was that show. You know, like let's not go into all the hard shit.
Yeah.
Like the Wigger bit and Bobby Lee's fans call me homophobic slurs and all that stuff. That doesn't need to go on there.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe if it's a late night show at the Comedy Store or something, I'll do it. You know, I want you special. But it is getting crazy, so I want to get into this real quick. Okay. It's time for Fun with Stupid.
Fun with Stupid again. Oh, yeah, we should get some theme music.
We need a Fun with Stupid.
Let's hold on. Let's go to... for what kind of music do you think would best fit? Would it be an upbeat song?
It should be like the old kind of music along the lines, but more formed like the sounds that would come from an old podcast buddy's heads. Do you remember that you would play that?
Old podcast buddies. I don't know.
Who used to be on our show back in the day. You'd be like, this was what the sound of inside his head is.
Oh, okay.
So it should be like a weird carnival sound that sounds like, but like stupid.
Let's see. Okay. Like
a stupid carnival.
Let's see.
Time for Fun with Stupid, like a game show.
Let's see.
Can we find a game show?
Hold on,
no, that's a little too slow.
Nightmare Circus March.
There we go. We got it.
That's it right there.
Yeah. All right, let's set up. All right.
Okay, hold on just a second. We're going to start over. All right. It's just a loop, I think, so get ready. Here we go. Bring us into it. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
And it's time for Fun with Stupid. Yeah, that's where we go through the internet and talk about all the stupid people that just make life fun.
All right.
So this goes into the story about Pablo. Got the gig with him last night, and this has been happening to me a lot, where people will post that I'm doing a show there, and then there's this like effort now to kind of like discredit me, which is hilarious because everybody laughs at it that post it, but so like I'll do a gig and they'll be like, he's a conspiracy theorist, and they're like, you'll see people write that stuff,
Really?
and then you'll see I've been labeled a anti of Instagram. So there's this one post that everywhere they put that I'm performing, he'll post anti of Instagram. It's great, and I
So
go,
he's
and
just
I always
searching
thank
your
him.
name all the time.
Yeah, I just thank him every time. Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm selling tickets because of you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
there we go. Let them know. Let your friends know. I'll buy a ticket to come boom it. So the other night, I was doing and this is where it gets interesting. So I was doing a gig again with Pablo at the Improv. I got booked by Rita. They post a clip of mine, which is my joke about I don't do coke anymore. What I do now is get a bunch of Plan B, crush it up, put in baggies, tell chicks to blow, and have them do rails of Plan B.
Classic Tripoli.
Yeah, classic Tripoli. So this gets posted on them. They collaborate with me. And you start getting all these comments about, can you beep this right now?
Yeah, hold on. Wait, where is that?
Can you beep it? Ready? Okay. So I start getting all these comments about, right?
Okay.
Right? One right after another.
You get comments about
Culture, right?
Okay.
Left and right. And so I'm like, what? So the joke, so the joke doesn't even mention at all. There's no talk about it at all. So I'm like, and then you have people laughing and then commenting, it's a joke. So then I start going, okay, who are these people? So then I start going to all of their accounts.
Yeah.
All of them but one are private. They're all private.
So that you have no idea if they've ever posted a photo.
So I start going, oh, why is everybody private? I start calling them bots. 2 people respond. One young lady, unprivate makes her account public. She's a young chick in her early 20s. She has 12 pictures up.
Suspicious.
A young white girl in her early 20s has 12 pictures up on Instagram.
Incredibly suspicious. It's almost like she just posted them before.
Yeah, 100%.
And then made the thing on private.
100%. Like, do you know any young? And she was trying to be attractive, right? She was trying.
Yeah.
That has only 12 pictures of themselves.
Yeah, the AI generated images that she posted to her
Right,
Instagram
100%.
of like a 6.
100%.
Okay.
Everyone but one was private. And that's how they astroturf now. That's how, like, on Twitter, before Elon got
so
rid of
curious.
all the bots, that's how they would fake that, this person's getting a lot of tweets and retweets because they were all bots.
And you
And
couldn't
then
do
you'd
anything.
have all the negative stuff. So then, on Twitter, you can just go see that. Oh, someone just started this Twitter account last month and's got one follower.
Dude,
So you're
yeah.
like, oh, you're just a bot or a troll, or you're a zombie account, which is an account that died that they somehow take over, and then they start using it.
Do you think they're AI or do you think someone's actually there?
Well, I think it's a combination. I think some of them are AI. I think some of them are AI accounts ran by people. So when they get checked, they can comment back to make it look like it's real, but they're just doing too much of this commenting. And it's just super interesting because the joke has nothing to do with
Oh,
culture. Nothing. That's nothing to do with it. Not one part of it. And here's the thing. It's so absurd, the premise, that you'd be like, oh, no one would ever take this literal.
of course not. Yeah.
Right? And somebody actually took it literal.
Well, even if it was literal, it's not a part of culture.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, 100%. And then on top of that, Johnny, it's just like they're going, oh, you're just slipping girls drugs. I'm like, they're doing coke. The joke, even if let's say it's real, they're already participating in cocaine, right? I mean, at the basis, they're already doing the drugs.
It's so silly. It's so silly. Drugs from a stranger.
There's nobody that takes that joke serious.
No, if it is anybody that it is a real person, it's one of these like professional offendees.
Yes,
you know? Like
that's
these
what they
people
do.
that just are professionally
And
getting offended by
they're
stuff.
all private, Johnny. That's
Yeah.
the
I
that's
see
how
that
you know.
so much now, dude. On especially on Twitter, honestly, where it's just like one follower, and if you look at what they posted, it's all just negative shit, like attacking people, like you suck, you're, you know.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah. You're a
Yeah.
I like that.
I almost said the word. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like kind of crazy because I would
I just
never
saw
even
that
do that.
yesterday, yeah.
And it's so funny because I have a joke that's based off an ex-girlfriend of mine from college. And because whenever you're dating a chick, you always ask them because you want to find out how filthy your chick is, right? Yeah. So you do like a filth check.
Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously. Yeah.
And I asked her, I go, hey, what's your dirtiest fantasy? And she's like, what? No. I go, what's your dirtiest fantasy? And she goes, I have a fantasy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She said I had a see.
They call that CNC.
What's it called?
Consensual non-consent. It's what that's
Okay,
called.
that's what it's called?
Yeah.
Well, I have a joke based off that about role-playing that. I guarantee if I put that out anywhere, they're going to go, oh, you're doing culture jokes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which it isn't at all.
Well, you got to turn it into a kink thing, and then you can get away with it.
Well, that's the
'cause they
joke.
love kink,
I
yeah.
start that it's kinky. Then I get into how everybody's in the 50 Shades of Grey, and then everyone's in the BDSM, and then they turn around like, I didn't like that. Well, you were asking for it with a ball gag in your mouth. It's just so stupid.
It's so stupid, dude. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and it's just like a guy. So here's a crazy thing, right?
Yeah.
So this one girl. So this is a joke about. This is about the Plan B joke.
Okay.
It's not about anybody because it's not a real scenario. It never really happened.
yeah.
I don't do drugs. I've never done. I haven't done drugs in over 2
I
years.
was about to say what?
Yeah. So I had to catch myself. So I've never done drugs, right? So I don't. But the response to some people that did hit me back, it was 2 people. So the first one's the girl who undoes her account, makes it public.
Yeah.
Then she starts saying, I hope somebody does this to your mother. Now think about like what that is. Like you're taking a fake scenario that it didn't happen to anybody ever, and now you're wishing on a real person. Now, this, it's hilarious. And you could even go, Sam, she's not being serious. That's not a serious scenario, right?
If it was serious, they're demented.
Dude, the shocking part of that whole scenario is that my mom would be doing coke with somebody she's about to hook up with. Right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if they're like, oh my God, Mom, are you doing blow and
Is
then
this
hooking
good
up?
stuff?
Could you imagine
Is this
your,
good stuff?
your mother just dipping her coke finger in? And
Get
goes,
that dick out,
oh,
Sonny.
that's real good shit.
Get that dick out, Sonny. I'm going to get my son to do a shout out for you on his podcast. Isn't that what she calls them? Shout outs?
Yeah. Hey, Sammy, can you give Aunt blah, blah, blah a shout out? What? What she tell me to do is call them, but she thinks she's getting her fucking radio sayings out. This shout out goes to, So that was it. And then, Johnny, let's get into
hard. I want to do a rail off your cock.
It's just so ridiculous. The whole thing's
dumb.
just ridiculous.
It's clearly, though, that comment is clearly meant to get you pissed off more and engaged in like
but
a
it's
long
hilarious that somebody's like talking about protecting women while wishing violence on a woman, right? And then
an innocent woman. Yeah.
an innocent woman, and a real woman.
Yeah.
And then the hilarious part is a guy starts calling me out, and he starts saying the same culture stuff, right, over and over again. And I and basically got to like, hey, he lives in LA. He's like, yeah, you're lucky I don't come down to comedy club and say something. And I'm just like, anytime where I'm not hard to find, I'm literally on lineups anywhere.
Yeah, and if
Show
you're
up
buying
and
a ticket, show up.
Yeah, as long as you buy a ticket, show the fuck up. But isn't that crazy that in this thing where it's like this defending this theory out there, you wish violence on somebody
It makes no sense. Yeah.
real.
And also, the left has completely abandoned the principles of free speech. I mean, and that used to be the left's thing.
But here's the thing.
And they've completely abandoned
But what makes it worse, and again, I love everybody, but do you think any of these people would say this if I was a female comic?
Oh,
saying
no,
those
that's
jokes?
hilarious. That's edgy, hilarious stuff. Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, I got, get ready to beep this. I'll tell you what to beep. I got molested by, okay? And the only reason I don't say his name is because his kids are around and I know his kids.
Why do I have to censor it? Why can't you just not say it?
Because I felt like saying it, okay? So, I mean, like, I have been the victim of sexual assault. Not to the, well, yeah, I got molested. I got felt up, okay? So I understand that, right?
Go to hell.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Thank you. But it's this notion where, and again, I posted this funny thing that the Babylon Bee put out, where it basically said that female comic sets world record by going 6 seconds without talking about her vagina. And I love female comics.
So funny,
they're hilarious. They're great. But that was pretty funny, right?
Some of them are great, and some of them aren't. Just like men.
Yeah, well, we've talked about this. Like, female comics are like white athletes, right? Like, they're like the ones that are good are fucking legendary, and then there's a lot of hot garbage.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of hot garbage.
Just aren't the same. They aren't the same. What would you say? Cultural and social pressures on a woman that make them need to be funny.
Johnny, you nailed it. It's a survival thing.
Yeah.
Right? And this goes back to something that we were talking about. By the way, my favorite comment, and I love him with all my heart. Somebody goes, "Why can't you be funny like Matt Rife?" I go, I love Matt Rife. I'm like, congratulations, Matt Rife. You have now become the gold standard of comedy, which is great, but it's hilarious because normally I'd be like, why can't you be David Tell or Doug Stanhope? Matt Rife has entered the chat, everybody. Congratulations on that guy. My God. My God, this guy's owning the world. But so this brings me in, and I was going to do a little video on this, but I thought I'd do it right here. Can we discuss the Theo Von Roseanne Barr
I don't know much
controversy?
about it. I just know that he had an episode he had to take off.
Can you go look at his Twitter feed? Because he plays the clip, and I want to break it down for you guys on why this is a lot about nothing, and it's very stupid. And
are we going to talk about the other fun with stupid too that you wanted to
yeah, we'll get into that after.
All right, here it is. Okay.
So basically, they're talking about freedom of speech. They're discussing the importance of comedians, and what Roseanne Barr says is that as long as comedians are out there, we'll be fine, right? We'll be fine.
Yeah.
So here, let's play this real quick. Here we go.
Like when I ran for president in 2012, one of my platform things was I will outlaw bullshit. Because, and I know that horrified people because what will I do now? Right. They're addicted to it. They'd rather have that than food or a happy family. They're so addicted to their fucking bullshit. It's
true, huh?
But, comics, I think we're the less free speech art form.
Yes.
And as long as we're performing, things ain't as bad as they could be. I think that's true.
As long as we're performing, things aren't as bad as they could be.
Yeah.
And that's always been the case throughout time, like with jesters or with people trying to speak up and share. There's always been a ceiling on speech as it away.
Of course, nobody wants to hear the real truth.
Yeah, she's right. So she's right about everything.
It's easier. Like for the real truth, and I'm glad that they did set up all these guidelines so that we only are allowed to speak the truth. And the truth is that Biden got 81 million votes, winning 36 counties.
Okay. So I want to set this up. What she's doing right here is sarcasm, everybody. And I hate that I have to take a moment and explain sarcasm to everybody. But how would you describe sarcasm, Johnny? It's basically an exaggeration.
Yeah, or saying something you don't mean in an exaggerated way to prove a point.
Right. So you don't really mean it, but you're saying it in a almost a snarky kind of way, right?
Let's see what the actual definition.
Yeah, that's what I wanted from you, Johnny. I love that. I'm defining
the use of irony to mock or convey a contempt.
Perfect.
Okay.
That definition is the perfect definition. Okay. That's what she's doing here. She's using irony. She's mocking. She does not believe that 81% of the 81 million people voted for Joe Biden. So keep it going.
Yeah. If you know anything about Roseanne Barr, you know that.
That is just incredible. It really, really is. And that of these 81 million supporters who gave him more votes than any president has ever gotten before, he came with a mandate from these 81 million voters. And, I'm just glad that they were very careful to make sure that nobody could detract from that proven truth. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean? Like that nobody?
That they mandated that was the truth, and that nobody could say, "Well, what about no?"
Oh, it was
Okay.
made a mandate.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
It's a little
So the government made it a
confusing
mandate?
right there, right? It's a little confusing what she's saying because
Well,
when she starts saying,
he's not following is the
yeah,
problem.
because when you say mandate, what everybody thought was like vaccines and
Yeah.
and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
that
stuff,
too.
right?
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
word
Not a-
comes out and it kind of
Yeah, I mean, before the mandate
yeah.
meant that you got elected with a mandate, like you had the authority to
right,
rule.
right. So he's a little off by that. It's a little
It put
because
him
when
off,
you
yeah.
say mandate at this time,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of
It's
double
got a connotation.
Yeah, so you don't know. So he throws Theo off a little bit. And what she's saying is the mandate that this is a fact. That he got 81
Well, no,
votes.
what that means is when a candidate has a mandate, that means that they had such strong support that the country's behind them and they have the authority now to rule.
Because I
in
think
the
she's
name of
saying the
people.
mandate that you can't question this fact. Let's go. Here we go. Sorry.
Well, but that, I mean, in a political, we'll just run it back. In a political context,
Proven truth. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean? Like nobody?
Supporters who gave him more votes than any president has ever done before he came with a mandate from these 81 million voters. And you know, I'm just glad that they were very careful to make sure that nobody could detract from that proven truth. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean? Like nobody?
That they mandated that was the truth, and that nobody could say, "Well,
well,
what
now
about
that, now
no?"
that
Oh, it was made a
she
mandate.
said it in two different ways. She said he came with a mandate
Right,
from those
right,
81, and
right,
that's in
right.
the political sense.
Yes.
And then she's saying that the government mandated that is the
See,
truth. She used it two different ways.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, because she said mandate earlier, it made her more likely to use that
Right.
word again.
So
and
keep
that's what
going.
happened.
Keep going.
Oh, I didn't know that. So the government made a mandate.
Yeah, because you know YouTube did, and so did all the
Oh, so
social.
you can't speak. You can speak on that. In the
Yeah,
platform.
see, now
No, you
gets
can't
it.
say, you know,
That it wasn't.
you can't say that, like, you know,
The election
the
was
election,
rigged,
yeah,
right.
that's all a lie. The election was not rigged. 36 counties can't give you 81 million votes.
Right.
That's a fact.
36 counties can't
So
give you
what-
81 votes.
Of course not.
Yeah.
36 counties have 81 million people in there.
Yeah.
See? That's the truth. And don't you dare say anything else, or you'll be off YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other ones, because we have, you know, there's such a thing as the truth and facts, and we have to stick to it. And, you know,
It's scary.
and that is the truth. And nobody died in the Holocaust either.
So
That's the truth.
stop.
Yes.
It should happen.
Oh, no, let go.
They should die right now because they cause all the problems in the world, but it never happened. But it never happened.
Yeah.
Mandated.
Well, you're Jewish, right? Your family's Jewish?
I'm all Jewish.
You're all Jewish.
100%.
And a lot of Hollywood is Jewish. Yeah,
I love this. This is the
A lot
most
of
hilarious part of
Hollywood
this whole
is Jewish.
thing.
Well, they started Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right. But so was it weird?
Just like rap, black people started rap.
Yeah.
So I went go over there and tried to get in rap and go, all these black people, you know, go on Saturday Night Live like Dave Chappelle. I'm just saying, a lot of black people are in control of rap.
Right.
Hello? Well, you went there. You
Yeah.
tried to get in show business. Of course it's Jewish. But, you know, and people should be
I
proud
love
of
this
Jews because
joke.
Jews were not controlling Hollywood. All they did have was fucking fishing shows.
Yeah.
I love
See what I'm
that. It's so funny. So, just based on her take on Dave Chappelle's monologue on Saturday Night Live, do you think she's anti-Jewish? No.
No, of course not.
Like,
yeah.
dude, you listen to her
No,
on
yeah.
Joe Rogan which I think is one of the greatest interviews Joe Rogan's ever done because he's trying to keep this shit on the tracks. Okay, she says I'm not white, I'm Jewish. She's fiercely Jewish. She's 100% like she loves being Jewish. So that's important because like listen, I love Roseanne Barr. And the fact that anybody is trying to cancel her or Theo Von over this is absolutely ridiculous. And it might actually be more about what she's saying about Joe Rogan than actually about what she's.
What happened? Let's see what he said here. Okay, he said that. Let me go back here. Okay, he said clip got taken down off other platform. Oh no, that's the my podcast with Roseanne was removed from another platform, so I want to be to go live somewhere or to be live somewhere. So I guess it just got taken down off YouTube. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What do you think got it taken down of that?
It's here we go. Be ready to beep.
Even
Once
though
you
she
start
was
doing-
clearly joking.
Yeah, but see, that's it. So when she does the joke, dude, about 81 million people voted that it's a fact that she's happy the government. So she's using sarcasm there, right?
Yeah, which might be
Yeah,
making
which we
these
all know
decisions
AI
can't
has
do.
like blue hair and is when it's not AIing, it's a barista at Starbucks, right? So we know that, right? We know that's where they work, okay? And when they have their days off, they're doing Antifa. That's what AI does. So we know that, right? So what she's doing is it's confusing her examples.
Yeah, because she goes from saying things that she does believe to things that she doesn't believe, sarcastically.
Right. No, she goes from things she doesn't believe to something she believes.
But I'm saying,
right? Meaning that
all while being sarcastic.
She believes the Holocaust happened, which 99% of the humanity thinks it happens, right?
Yeah.
It happened. So, but she's trying to say that there's people that don't believe it happened. Do you understand how confusing
No, it's confusing.
It's totally confusing. And this is it. Roseanne Barr is a hilarious comic.
Still, yeah.
Right? This was just a clumsy joke.
Yeah. I mean, and she's not. I mean, that wasn't a bit. I think she's just speaking.
No, she says she does it on stage.
Oh, that whole thing, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it just doesn't make sense because
no, it doesn't make sense.
because YouTube blocks. Here we go. YouTube blocks videos.
Yeah.
Right? Right? So according to her, they would be right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's a clumsy.
It would, yeah.
It's a clumsy joke. She's bringing up one thing she doesn't believe in, then another thing which we all know she actually believes in, which is the beep it, right?
Yeah. Or you could just stop saying it.
Right. Right?
Yeah. No. Totally. Yeah. I mean.
So the fact that anybody would think she's anti-Semitic is absolutely ridiculous.
Is she getting a lot of shit because of this?
Oh, dude, she's had to put out a podcast about it.
Oh God!
Look, they took down Theo's
stupid.
podcast.
It's so stupid. Like who? The Anti-Defamation League? Is that who's on her ass?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's because she's pro-Trump. That's why.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you.
This is from Yahoo. Roseanne Barr's podcast episode removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech.
Yep, there you go. That's it.
Look at the Jerusalem Post. Here's their headline. Roseanne Barr, nobody died in the Holocaust. 6 million Jews should die.
Yeah, I mean,
they took her at face value. A comedian.
I mean, come on, man. Like, why would she? It's so obvious what she's saying. It's just, it was done clumsily. That's the problem. And like,
Daily Beast says, Roseanne Barr re-cancels herself.
So I'm getting canceled again. And it's just like, it's so
She's
obvious.
fearless though, isn't she?
She's great. She's a whole lot of crazy, which is fine. And here's the whole thing. It's like, I just don't think, okay, that somebody should be canceled for a joke. Now, if you're gonna say something, people can on an individually basis be like, oh, I don't like that joke.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
But for Roseanne Barr to lose anything from it is ridiculous. Now, if you talk about somebody and they want to show up and have a discussion with you, that's not, you don't have freedom of consequences. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? She literally believes in the Holocaust. She's fiercely Jewish. If you don't understand what she does, who she is, because everything we talk about is what is the context.
I mean, not even the freedom of consequence. What are you saying by that? Because I mean, you do have a freedom not to get attacked for words. That's legally, it's illegal to attack somebody for saying something.
I mean, it depends on what he's saying.
No, not by the law. The law, it's illegal.
There's the
you
law.
will go to jail for that.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes go to jail.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there is a law against attacking someone just because of something they said.
Yeah, well, some people say some things and people show up.
Yeah, it's still illegal.
Yeah.
Maybe they're inciting you, tricking you into putting yourself in jail, possibly.
It's always possible.
But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her. She clearly didn't mean that, and
yeah, it's just stupid.
She's screwed herself.
Johnny, do you find it interesting that a lot of these podcasts are going into the murky waters that we've been doing, which is such an interesting thing, right? Like,
yeah.
Like I tell people, man, tinfoil hat is the sports center of the future. Like, you will find out what's going on 6 months before it happens.
Absolutely.
Right?
I saw this interesting. Have you ever seen the movie Mandy with Nicolas Cage?
No, but I love Nicolas Cage.
There is this quote in that movie. Which
Fuck around and find out.
It's from Joseph Campbell. And it says, the psychotic drowns in the same waters in which the mystic swims with delight. Think about that for a second. And that's what we've been in these crazy waters already, but there's new people are getting in them and getting all fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we've been here. Think about, I'll read it again. The psychotic drowns in the same, and you might just say like the person with no experience drowns in the same waters in which the mystic swims with delight.
I love that.
Good, right? Yeah.
I love
and what
that.
it's really about, I think, is like sort of like LSD and drug experiences and stuff.
But you know what's so interesting, Johnny? It's like this is kind of what I've been talking about forever, which is that they're trying to mainstream outlaw shit.
Yeah.
Right?
People are ready for it,
like this whole thing about like with OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's like you're seeing all these OnlyFans going, my life is being ruined. And it's like, yeah, because you're living the outlaw
the porno chick life.
The outlaw lifestyle.
Yeah.
That
totally.
like the people that did that because they were a whole lot of crazy and they didn't have a lot of options.
Some of them are becoming literal prostitutes. I mean, if you think about it.
No, but
these OnlyFans.
But you think when you go back to like the early days of adult films, right? Like the women who did that, were from like bad neighborhoods,
they were fleeing bad
broken
homes,
families, and this was their shot at like actually becoming something like big. Now a lot of them it ends badly, but same thing with comics, bro. I mean, you could go comic for porn star on like In Memoriam, right? Like who loses more, but it happens, and it's because they're outlaws.
Yeah, and the porn stars have AIDS. That's even more impressive, really, for the comics.
Well, I mean,
comics don't even have to worry about AIDS, and they're still.
The point is that they these OnlyFans. Do you know? So this woman said that I think she was talking about how lonely her life has gotten doing OnlyFans. And by the way, Johnny, do you know how lonely her life has gotten? Yeah. Now she's doing OnlyFans. Because she says that her friends who she grew up with, who now have families, don't want her around their kids.
Of course.
Right?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Right. And she says that like the OnlyFans company, I think, allegedly, she says, tells you to make friends with other OnlyFans people.
Well, they're trying to make like a community out of it?
Yeah, because it gets really bad.
Well, they're pimps. They're just profiting off of
it's kind of weird, though, how like mainstream they're trying to make OnlyFans, right? It's like really weird. And we know
it's just more of this thing than mainstream sex, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not just mainstream sex, but it's
deviant sex, yeah.
It's just like Hollywood pushes this kind of like all this stuff that puts women in bad places, right? Feminism.
Well, things that used to be safe. Remember how when you were young,
OnlyFans, all that is like a war on the relationship between men and women.
Remember when you were young and sex and women used to be this like super exotic, like mysterious, yeah. And it was you got like just even being around the woman was like a special thing, and they're just stomping that out, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, just completely.
And it's a race to the bottom.
And I think that's that's part of the spiritual war.
Well, I mean, like,
honestly.
Johnny, I know I'm old. I know it. Okay, I get it. I'm old. I get it. But man, when I look back at how I looked at drugs, alcohol, and sex, I got it all wrong. I got it all wrong.
I mean,
like it's spiritual. Like sex is spiritual.
Yeah,
There's a lot more spirituality to it.
I believe that. Yeah.
You know?
No, totally. I mean, that's why it's used in spells and stuff. Yeah. By these occultists.
Dude, I was watching. Okay, so are we done with that? That's our. Let's get into one more. Can you play the music again? Fun with stupid. Fun with.
I got it muted. Sorry.
Welcome to
Welcome everybody to Fun with Stupid. It's Sam Tripoli, your host. Sam Tripoli, Fun with Stupid, coming at ya. Go ahead. Fun with Stupid, right. Sam Tripoli.
All right, Johnny. Can you beep his name too?
I'll beep his fucking name, Sam.
Can you go to Twitter and find the...
Yeah, I didn't know you were... you didn't say it. That's okay.
No, but you got to beep that. Write that time down.
Me.
Yeah, you got to write that down. Just cut it out, and then we'll start again.
Just don't say his name.
Go find his Twitter.
I know who it is.
Okay, we don't have to show it on the screen because that's what he wants.
His Twitter?
Yeah. Don't show it. Let's just talk about it.
Is it the... Or is it...
Or the either one.
Okay.
But probably the first one.
Fun with Stupid coming at you. Going to his Twitter right now. Hold on just a second. Going to his Twitter is... Don't want to say that. Just a second. Okay, which one do you think it is?
Either one. Because he did even more.
This fucking dipshit coming at you right here.
With fun. With stupid. That's the perfect music,
It
dude.
really is. We finally found it. Damn, he must be kind of shadow banned. I'm having trouble. Oh, what?
So
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
I don't even know what I'm looking at either. So there's the bottom.
Oh, okay. I see right here.
Okay. So look at this. Look at this. Okay. So all these, I don't even know what this means, but this is my favorite. Where's it? Beehive. When have we ever said beehive?
Okay, we got to say what we're talking about. So there's a...
Don't show this,
No,
though.
I'm not. There's
Okay.
a certain dipshit out on the internet who has a hard-on for Sam for some reason.
Well, what it
major
is
hard-on.
it's just these
Somebody
people.
who was a guest on Tinfoil Hat.
Yeah, and you remember they wanted part of the ad money?
It's just crazy.
It's so stupid.
And they've had a bone to pick with him ever since.
Exactly. Ever since. I don't even
And
know.
they occasionally go on social media and try to claim with various number of fucking jive that Sam is like an occultist. I don't know that every word
I don't
in his...
even know what this means, bro.
They go to a gematria calculator and put in every word that has anything to do with Sam, and that anyone that comes up with a number that's vaguely occult related, they post on social media and be like, "See, I told you, he's crazy. Everybody, he's an occultist."
Look at this guy, Beehive.
What is?
Beehive.
I guess because of Swarm, right?
What?
Beehive.
Yeah, but we never say that. It's never been
He
associated
does
with.
take the word. He's got your last name here, which
But
is
what is
Tripoli.
what's the top stuff mean? I don't even know.
Osiris, yeah. I see. Okay, Osiris is 328 and Tripoli is 328.
Oh,
is what he's saying.
okay. All right.
Jupiter is 99 and Swarm, I think, is 99.
Oh, okay. Is that
Also,
what it is?
Jupiter is associated with 10.
Oh my God! This
So
deep
10
dive.
foil hat.
Yeah,
Jupiter
okay, this
foil
is my
hat.
favorite thing.
That's
So-
what you're saying. Jupiter foil hat, Sam. Obviously.
Jupiter foil hat. Now go back. Go back. Now find my name. Find out where he does my name. This is my favorite part. Where's the name? There it is. Guys.
Sam.
Guys. You guys know that's not my legal name, right? My legal name is Samuel.
Idiots. So stupid.
My legal name is Samuel.
You guys are so dumb.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
First of all, I've spent a good 5 solid years around Sam, and I love you, Sam. Sam is not smart enough to handle all these numbers and figure all this shit out. He could not do this.
Hey, I'm in the room, man.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. I'm just guys, listen to me. This is how I operate.
He's got to come out as some kind of Shriner's
There's
hat
no
here.
detail. It's just drive-by shooting, hope and pray. There's
I mean,
nothing.
well, the thing I don't understand is if you were working like for something, I don't even know what the fuck. What the hell are you accomplishing for them? You know, you do a comedy show that is like occasionally dips into something that they might not like, and we get a little swat on the nose for it whenever.
Right.
What would you be doing though? What
Like,
know.
what do I get that makes me look like I'm? It's the most ridiculous.
He drives
thing.
a white Mitsubishi.
I drive a Mitsubishi. I played a gay bar in Jacksonville.
Your soul's worth more than a white Mitsubishi. I have to say,
dude, it's just like I'm like in financial fear, like everybody else, right? I mean, like literally, my buddy called me up. It's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm in financial fear right now."
I remember when you lost all that money at Celsius. You were like, "What did you? Oh, my wealth is gone." That's what you said.
And dude, if they knew what the number was, that is not a number for somebody who's a sellout.
No. You get more. Your soul is worth more than what, Sam?
Well, I mean, like, dude, like,
has
what do
made.
I like? Really, guys, what do I have that makes you think that what am I controlling?
They're playing at levels. The people who actually sell their souls are playing at levels that are so far beyond what we're talking about.
I mean,
here.
like, dude, it's just like It's unbelievable to me.
I think honestly, I don't think this guy believes any of this shit. I think he just had, because I had a long Twitter war with him one time. You remember?
Yeah.
I mean, just back and forth,
Right.
back, and eventually at the end, he was just like, "Okay, maybe,
I just
maybe
don't
you're
even
right."
understand.
I think he
so.
just
What
has
happened
a
was they were
hard-on
supposed
for
to come on the show. We got them a date. They complained it was too far away, right? And then
you. Like what kind? And they're the only guests, maybe with one or two exceptions, we've ever had that thought that being a guest on the show was somehow a gift to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're dictating terms to us about when they come on the show.
I mean, we're blessed to have some big names on. We're like, oh, that's cool that they
yeah,
came
but
on.
they haven't acted. None of them have acted.
None
like
of
we
them
were,
are
yeah.
just like, you know. So he comes on. They do that. They do this, and occasionally people will ask if they could put out the show. And usually I don't mind if it's up front, but the rule is you got to put it out with the ads.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who work on the show. It's not just 3 guys.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that work on the show, from making the
Were you including
social
XG in that?
yeah, well, some people just show up. Okay?
Love you, XG.
That we do. But back to this guy. So they come on.
Idiot.
They get really mad, and they're like, I'm like, well, man, if you want to put it out with the ads in it. He's like, well, we don't do ads. And I'm like, you can't do it then. And then that's when they just declared war. And I really don't have any problems outside of them talking shit about me constantly. Like,
well, and then he also just keeps posting this photo of, and I'm just going to show the photo, not without, you know, I don't know if he's got copyright on these images, but I'm just going to show this photo that he keeps posting of, I guess it's like a Shriner's hat or something that says Tripoli.
I don't even know what that means.
Like that means something.
What does it mean?
I don't know, dude. If we were somehow involved in this shit, wouldn't we know what it meant?
Yeah, dude.
I've got no clue. Dude.
What circle of power do I run in?
Yeah, really.
What circle of power do I run in? Like, I am my own dude.
I guess a part of it is they think because you know Joe Rogan that like, oh, he must be something.
I've been on the Joe Rogan Experience one time in 8 years, and I'm thankful. It's just like, what am I
This has
doing?
been annoying though. These guys are
No,
annoying.
it's just hilarious because
And he
it doesn't.
comments on your posts on Instagram, just like, "Hey, what about this, Sam?"
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing? And it's so obvious. It's clout chasing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably we're
That's
giving him
all
what
it
he
is.
wants.
That's
right here,
what
we're talking
all of these guys that start shit are about. It's all about clout chasing. It's like rap beefs. You start rap beefs.
Yeah,
Like we talked about the last guy who's like using the word swarm to describe like the swamp. It's a rap beef.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Let me see if I can find.
And it's just like, I just like to talk about fun with stupid. So occasionally we have to find something, but this guy's the dumbest of them all. I'm just happy they actually show their faces now. Like when he came on my show, that one guy didn't show his face, and the other one who's talking all the shit.
Well, and we should say too, their background is that they were in this shit.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like they're like yeah.
Like what? How do you know about it? Oh, well, because we did it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Exactly.
What the fuck are we talking about?
And then you quit. You like got ran out.
Oh, sorry. We just got a message through the voicemail.
Oh shit.
Am I invented email? Please keep my name out of your mouth.
Oh, it's Dr. Sheila. He was just calling in to tell you to keep your name out of his mouth, and mention that he invented email again. Of course.
Yeah. Can you ask him real quick to stop talking about the swarm because nobody cares? And why do you keep trying to make everybody think the swarm is the swamp? Why are you doing that? Because again, nobody cares. It literally, we all know what you're doing, and nobody cares. It means nothing. Well, has he hit you back yet?
I'm just waiting. I was just typing everything.
Oh,
you said,
okay.
So
I know technology moves quickly.
Yeah.
But has he hit you back with anything?
Let's see. He must not have much to do because he hit me back almost immediately.
Man, what did he
Here we
say?
go. Let's see.
Drain the swarm. Okay, Sam, drain the swarm. People do care. People care about who invented email. Also, I won that election. Fuck you.
He said drain the swarm. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
What does that mean?
Drain the swarm? What does that mean?
I
That
don't
doesn't even make
understand.
sense.
He's so weird, that
He is
Dr.
so-
Shiva.
Yeah, I mean, we loved him on the show.
I know he was great on the
constantly.
show. He was great on the show. And
It's
now
just-
he's just
yeah.
kind of gone over the edge.
Yeah, it's just like you can't fix crazy.
Okay. Well, those guys, but yeah, those
That
guys.
was
I spent-
Johnny. That was.
Oh, what was that?
Come on, that
Hold
was
on, just a
another
second. What was
episode
it?
of Fun with Stupid.
Fun with Stupid, everybody. Okay, Sam Tripoli hosting now Fun with Stupid. That was Shiva Abdul-Rai and some idiots from New Jersey. Fun with Stupid. That's it.
Oh, that was great, bro. Okay, Johnny.
Dr. Shiva, if you apologize to Sam Tripoli,
we love
we will
you.
have you back on
We
the show.
love you. We love you, buddy. We just wanted to hang out.
We just want to hang out with him.
Johnny, where we at?
Where are we at?
Like-
we are in the Melrose Fashion District of Los Angeles.
Okay, can you please, Johnny, please? Do we have any calls? Do we have any?
Yeah, we have calls. Yeah,
All
we
right,
do.
do some calls.
Go fuck yourself. I invented email.
I mean, God, he's so angry at me.
He just we moved. Dude, I didn't know we were still taking calls.
I know. He hacked my computer, dude. He invented email. He can obviously hack my computer, bro. The guy's smart. The guy is smart. He wasn't smart enough to win his election.
Dude, I mean, I think he won. I mean, I'm on his side. I just don't know why he's
if
coming
he's so
after
smart,
us.
why didn't he hack the election computers? That's what I want to know.
If you can hack our computers, why don't you hack his computer? Dude, I want on the record. I think Shiva won.
So this guy called. I'm just gonna let you listen to this for a second, and
Yeah.
you tell me if anything strikes you as curious.
All right.
You've got mail.
Hi, Johnny. This is Bart Steves. I have to admit, I'm a little angry with you for not playing my messages. First of all, I'm not like that drunk guy that calls up all the time. I actually have notable atrocities to talk about, and I also had a time where a ghost was in a puddle. But it's cool. You guys don't want to play my stuff. And Sam, I think that if you want to talk about me and my vocal skills, you should take a look at your own vocal skills. But what I wanted to talk about is Bravo with Ted Kaczynski, that he was actually in a trauma-based program, and you don't hear much about it.
Now, do you think that's Mark Steves?
I mean, I don't think so. It doesn't
It
sound
doesn't sound
like
like Mark
him.
Steves. I think this is
Does
the Mark
not.
Steves parody
I think
account.
somebody is trying to impersonate him.
I will give him credit. He did have the impression at the beginning, and he lost it a little. That's what happened.
Yeah,
at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, he got it," because
No.
anybody can do an impression in somebody's name.
No, that guy sounds like an alcoholic who hasn't drank in an hour, and he's like jonesing. That's what Mark Steves is more like smooth weed guy.
Yeah, it's also not Mark Steves'
Hey
phone number,
Sam,
so-
what's going on? That's Mark.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't it either way you just did. But
What?
By the way, anybody can do somebody's impression if all you have to do is say their name. That's like the easiest part of the impression.
Hey
is saying-
Sam, it's Mark.
Yeah, that's like the easiest.
That was
part.
pretty good.
Now he's got a deep voice, Mark.
Hey Sam, it's
Hey
Mark.
Sam, it's Mark.
Well, Mark's doing a great job. We're very thankful for Mark. Thank you, Mark.
All right. So
Anything more?
Yeah.
That was that the atrocity you were talking about?
No. We have a great atrocity. Let me see. Oh, okay. I wanted to play this. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Hey, it's George from Pittsburgh. Mark, I'm not drunk, but anyway, I was gonna say that.
Do you remember Mark last week said that we only play calls of the drunks, like and stuff like that. What do I have to be drunk to call? So a lot of the calls this week were like, "Oh, we're not drunk," I love that.
Hibbler and all them are talking about there's no tides in lakes with fresh water. Go to the Great Lakes. They definitely have tides.
One of the proofs of flat Earth that Hibbler mentioned was that only saltwater bodies have tides, which is I looked it up at the time. Is not true.
Oh,
this man
snaps. You
is
just
called-
called
And I
out.
don't believe
you
in the
just called
flat
out
This
Earth.
man just called.
Not saying I believe in the fucking glow. I'm actually a simulation guy.
Well, you're in the right place.
They keep running on the fact that only the fucking salt does tides, dude. Nah. I live like 2 hours away from Lake Erie, and that motherfucker definitely got tides, man. Sorry for cussing.
Hey, man.
And, Mark, I'm not drunk.
Thanks for that.
Man,
right, let me see.
It's just kind of like everyone's just taking shots at Mark, and it's just unnecessary. Mark's a hardworking, young Christian warrior.
Yeah, I mean, he never books anybody we ask him to book, but other than that, yeah, he's working hard.
Johnny, stop. Okay? Stop. Okay? I'm going to have to get a human resources for everybody who works on this show.
By the way, shout out to Luke. He called in.
Who's Luke?
He's a BMXer. Shout out to you,
Shout
Luke,
out
in North
BMXers.
Carolina.
Going hard.
All right, this is our atrocity right here. I love this. Get ready for this, Sam. You're going to love this.
Hey, Sam, Johnny, this is Rusty from San Clemente.
Hey.
And,
Yeah.
my personal atrocity has to do with my ex-wife. And, you know, we've all had arguments about money with our women and whatever, but my last argument that I had with my ex was over a $5,000 bill for laser hair removal.
Damn.
And of course, this was a course of treatments that she pre-bought, and so she got her vajayjay and legs and butthole and everything all like
Good for
laser
her.
hair
Wait,
removed.
what I liked about that is that he couldn't say vagina. He said the JJ, but he had no problem saying butthole.
Beehole, bro. Beehole.
And so I didn't really get to enjoy that because it was at the end of our marriage, and that was the last major fight that we had. And
$5,000.
then after me, she went ahead and married a Rasta dude. So, yeah, so that's my personal atrocity.
Wow, man.
All right,
I just
have a
want
good
to
one.
say
So this girl.
that is. I listened
We got to
to
recap. Okay, so his girl, they have a big fight about money. She spends
Yeah.
$5,000 getting everything lasered, not a hair on her.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get to enjoy it. She marries some
So
dates some Rasta
this guy,
guy right after him.
basically what this guy's saying, if your girl gets her butthole lasered, she's at the end of the relationship. Johnny, that just happened?
Uh-oh.
Johnny's fake girlfriend's lasering her beehole.
Uh-oh.
Call her up right now and let's ask.
She's asleep.
Oh, Johnny.
Long asleep. Yeah, she goes to bed early.
Damn, Johnny.
She also went to brunch today, so she's
Oh no, that's another sign.
Yeah, she's long asleep.
Oh, damn, Johnny.
We did have
Give me
John,
your number. Let me talk her.
John from
Talk to her,
John
Johnny.
from Canada wanted me to say that Toronto just elected a super socialist mayor, and that it's going to be a shithole the next time you come back. You know,
I'm
he knows
sure.
you liked it.
I just
but
don't
it's
know
going
how
to the shitter.
shithole Canada can get because
it's gonna be
they're
a
just
mess.
they're nice people, but it could be.
We also got an invitation from a lovely gentleman in New Hampshire to go visit his bed and breakfast there.
Yeah, people want us to go there and join the Free State Project.
The On Golden Pond bed and breakfast. Shout out to you, sir. We may well do that. I would love to. Let's see. That's just some praise for you. I'm gonna skip that one.
What?
You
Johnny, I need to hear of it. I've had a bad week.
Oh, have you? Okay, this is good then.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, brothers? I'm a longtime fan, listener of all things Sam Tripoli and
Thank
Johnny
you.
and XG.
You and my mother.
My name's
Thank you.
John, too. I'm from Kentucky. Sam, I just wanted to give you a shout-out, brother. I'm sure you've got a lot of people in your life who give you the support and the praise
Please.
that you deserve for,
I don't.
you know, fighting the battles that you fight with addiction and, you know, just being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. I too am a recovering addict, and I find a lot of encouragement from the way that you bear those scars of your past and confront these things head on, and you're accountable and tell the whole world, like, hey, I'm not doing this, and just like, it's brave. It's very brave of you, and I just
Thank
wanted
you,
to
bro.
say I appreciate that.
Thank
you
you.
for being a motivator in my life and in my sobriety, anybody else out there that's fighting the same fight, you can do it. Keep pushing. Much love. Keep it real.
Respect, bro.
People don't know how to end calls. Have you noticed? It's hard to end the phone.
No, but that I appreciate it. I'm
Lots
trying
of
my
love there for you.
hardest. It is what it is. You enjoy the road and you enjoy just life to the best of my ability. So thank you for that. I'm constantly in battle. I'm trying my hardest.
All right, and here's the last call. Another call supporting you, I would say. Hold on just a second. I just want to make sure I have it right.
Hey, this message goes out especially to Johnny. Usually I agree with you on most things when you argue with Sam. But this episode 89 here, the first 10 minutes, I don't like your negative connotation in which you describe the word buttholes every time.
Whoa!
Talk about liking nice pink buttholes like that's a bad thing. Maybe you're just used to mud flaps, bro.
Oh,
But,
shit. Shots
not
fired.
me.
I'm gonna tell
Like
you why he's
one
wrong.
time I had a girl that had like shoots and ladders type. It was like a straight shoot that came out.
I don't even know what
freaked
that
me
means.
out. I had to get the hell out of there.
I
She
mean,
was gross
hanging
anyway.
from the
Smelled like
vajayjay?
cigarettes.
I think it's on the butthole.
After that, only clean, nice pink buttholes.
Oh my God! You had a
need
shooting
to,
ladders
get
butthole?
cultured, bro. Take
Yeah.
a lesson from Sam on this one. Everything else, I'm usually with you, but I got riled up this Saturday morning and I'm high. And you don't like nice pink buttholes, man? Like, you like the mud flaps? That's not how they look.
Now here's
If they don't wash,
where you're wrong, dude.
That's how it looks.
I didn't say I like dirty buttholes. I don't like clean buttholes. I don't want to hear about anybody's butthole, no matter how clean it is. That's what I said. We were talking about on Instagram that girl that bouncing on that ball with her ass hanging out.
Yeah, with her beehole hanging out.
And you were like, oh, she should bleach her butt.
I
and I'm
agree.
like, who cares what? Because nobody needs to see it.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
my
Johnny,
take.
you're not a beehole person.
No, I'm not a beehole
I like the beehole.
Not a butthole person.
I am.
Yeah. Well,
I like vagina and butthole.
we'll see. We'll see if that lasts. I wonder as you age if your taste might evolve.
No, I mean, now I just want to pump and go to sleep.
All right. All right. Did you see Ice Cube posted a very curious video to Twitter this week? Did you watch that video I sent you?
Yeah,
Sam?
we can get into this.
Yeah, I want to because I want to know what he's talking about, and I want to know why Mark hasn't booked him yet for Tinfoil Hat. It seems like he's willing to do just about anything now. Here we go. This is Ice Cube. I got a little bit of a problem with what he's saying and a lot of questions.
Yo, what's cracking?
What's cracking?
You know what it is. It's your homeboy Ice Cube. And some of you may not have realized
He's a slow talker. We're going to speed him up a little bit.
Here we go.
that I'm not part of the club.
Right there's my problem. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
not part of the club. You had
don't
one of
get
the
it.
biggest rap careers in history.
Yeah.
You immediately went into Hollywood making
Yeah.
major motion pictures,
Yeah.
all of which were successful.
Didn't he do like the one offshoot of Fast and Furious too, where they decided to go a different way with it?
What is he talking about? He's not. And then he founded a basketball league that has been
so
successful.
here's what's super interesting, right? And this is my don't get me wrong, dude. I've seen Ice Cube live a bunch of times.
Nobody's saying he's not
I
talented
love it.
or good.
Okay.
Whatever.
Again, what NWA represented and what it did, okay, there's a lot of discussion of who backed it, who made it as big as it did, all that stuff. A lot of people would say you're part of the club. When you're doing a family comedy, right? You remember that one?
Are we there yet? Yeah.
Are we there yet? That's a family comedy. And this gets into how crazy all this shit is, right? Because you got Ice-T playing a cop on TV. Everything is inverted, dude, right? That's what they want to do. They want to invert it. And what they do is they take these guys who are gangbangers back in or the presentation of a gangbanger, right?
Alice Cooper was the king of this.
Right? And then they make them these family products. It's really weird. It's really weird how they invert this shit, right? And it's again, we can have a real discussion on what NWA did to black culture, what it ushered in.
Yeah.
And it's 100% CIA. The Ice Cube, the guy, and the actual dude, two different dudes. He might be where like Andrew Dice Clay is now, where it's just one person.
Well, dude, there's this mural on La Brea in LA, obviously, and it's of all of these guys as children. It's little paintings of all of them as children, like their yearbook photos, and like I don't know, 5th grade or something. And they're all like private school, like really
they're all
well-to-do
private school kids.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Like I mean, his parents both. He had 2-parent household, which should not be like, oh, gotcha, right? But like the lifestyle wasn't who he was, and it's Larry the Cable Guy. And we don't have a problem with Larry the Cable Guy. I also have a problem with Ice Cube, but it's like...
But what club is he not a part of?
Because he didn't want to get the Jackson, Jason.
I think he could be talking about maybe NBA's coming after Big Three. If you listen to him talk, starts talking about gatekeepers. I just want to let it play a little bit longer.
A lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either.
Yeah, well, no shit.
And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people be like, what?
Is he talking about the Semites?
Well, you know, he did put out he put out stuff about the Black Cube, and he did put stuff out about he did put that picture which everybody says is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
You know
that it does starting to have a little hint of that.
Come on, man, stop playing. So
stop playing.
He's funny.
Ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been fucking with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that.
He's a good
actor. I've been working with, on the Big Three for a long time, and you know how they've been fucking with me with that. I done made it, plain, simple, and clear. What they've been doing, the NBA been fucking with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, kid, you want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these motherfuckers, so we don't need
I love the Big Three.
I like the Big Three, too.
What am I going to do to deal with these motherfucking gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on a Fuck the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And
this is then he does Rogan.
Everybody,
This is after that.
Get a chance to get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, and you might agree, you might not, but the important thing is, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the Big
Mark, book Ice Cube.
Hopefully I'm doing
well, I mean, after this, after what we just said.
For people that's bored as fuck in the summer with summer sports.
Yeah, if he's real like he says he is,
appreciate
book his ass. And we'll see. We'll let the swarm be the judge, like always. But I just want let's look at all the comments.
Johnny, you're living dangerous. If you want this guy.
I looked at his original post, dude, and it was just all people asking him to come on. Every podcast that we know, everybody was trying to get Ice Cube on their podcast.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny. So
what do you think about that?
I mean, it's like it's a lot of things. It's not just he's totally right. I guarantee you that the NBA doesn't want anything even close to competing with them, taking away any of their shine.
I could see them like making it hard for him to book arenas and stuff.
Yeah, going, oh yeah, we really love you, but behind the scenes, just like, nope, we don't want you working with this guy. Don't give them ads. If you give ads with them, you can't work with us. Kneecapping everybody, right?
Yeah, dude, Adam Silver, he's secretly.
He sounds like he's part of the club.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Right? He looks like a freaking alien. So, I don't know, man. It's just a really weird thing. And it also sounds like Ice Cube is like, also like, maybe I don't know, man. It's just weird. It sounds like he's he's getting resistance to something that he never got before, right? Like
exactly. Now he's starting to think that it's that thing you're always talking about with women who are hot. They start to think fair treatment is
oppression.
Is oppression, yeah.
Right? Is offensive. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like nobody's just co-signing Ice Cube stuff. Again, great artist. We could have a discussion what NWA did to black entertainment.
Not a bad actor either.
And not a bad actor. I mean, he pretty much plays himself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you who else is doing their Fuck the Gatekeepers tour is RFK Jr. He's doing everything.
Yeah.
Another guy we should get on. He went on Mar and had...
My question is...
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, do you think YouTube, if you just mention that guy, shuts you down?
RFK?
Yeah.
I mean, everything he's on's got millions of views from what I've seen.
All right, let's watch this.
He goes on Bill Maher's podcast. It's funny how matter-of-fact he is, asking this guy about the death of his father. But, boy, that's a big water bottle you got there, dude. Look at you just killing that thing, bro. And every time I see you, you have a different water bottle. Why is that?
Well, this is the one I'm going with. It's
You're
steel.
going with that one? Steel, yeah, that's good. It's better than plastic for sure.
Yeah, I got rid of the plastic.
So he goes on Mar, and Mar starts talking to him about the death of his father, and I just thought this was fascinating. We'll speed this up to you, but
because I've heard you talk about this recently, and we don't. Now, on May 26, 1968, your father made a statement that we must defend Israel against aggression from wherever source. Our obligation to Israel, unlike our obligation towards other countries, are clear and imperative. The U.S. should without delay sell Israel
what is that
50
shot?
Phantom jets.
Yeah, it's terrible. I know.
Okay.
I
A day later, Kennedy's strong plea for the defense of Israel appeared in the Pasadena Independent. The article enraged a Palestinian named Sirhan Sirhan. He wrote in his diary, Robert F. Kennedy must be assassinated before June 5th, which was the first anniversary of the 67 Six-Day War in Israel. The Pasadena Independent was in his pocket when he committed the act. He was killed because of his support for Israel, says Kathleen Kennedy Townsend. That's not the case? That's not the truth?
Well, he was, Sirhan was involved in the murder of my father, but he did not fire the shots that killed my father. Oh, and
but didn't he want to, but according to this,
according to this,
that he read
Bill,
this story, was enraged
stop,
as a...
Stop. I've been in media for like 40 years. According to this, like, what are you doing,
Well,
Bill?
he's playing devil's advocate. He'll admit that
Yeah,
later.
but there's times that it does not play well for him. And that's one of them.
That's
According
just
to this.
that's what he does, though. I mean, that's his game.
But I also think that Bill Maher is like just has a line that he can't swallow. He just can't go past that line.
100%. Yeah.
Because every molecule of him has been
Especially with the
supporting that line forever.
With
He
the
can't
Democrats,
come
yeah.
to grips with it.
Yeah. Now, I am impressed, though, how far he comes on, like, the Jacksonation, which he talks about a lot on this episode in particular.
Yeah, but the reason I think he comes to this, and I'm happy he got to it, and it's almost like whatever it takes to get there, is the reason I think he's come to it because it is inconvenient. It inconvenienced his life. And with that, it made him uncomfortable. And then he started going, why do I have to feel uncomfortable? And then he started looking into it.
I mean, that's the reason most people wake up is some kind of
Right,
thing
you're
that
totally
shocks their
right.
life,
But the
right?
question is, would it have happened if he had been made uncomfortable? Would he have gotten to this
Yeah, I don't
point?
know. The interesting thing is what RFK
I mean,
says.
it's the idea that the article was in his pocket when he committed the act. Is that wrong?
that could be right. And I don't speculate as to what happened. All I say is that Sirhan himself could not have killed my father. And that's what Thomas Noguchi, who was the coroner. And by the way, my entire life, I believe that my uncle was killed by a conspiracy, by a group of people. And I had doubts about that from when I was little, because when I was, the day that we were waking my uncle in the East Room of the White House, and I was standing in the foyer of the White House with my Aunt Jackie and with my dad and my mother. And Lyndon Johnson came in and told us that Jack Ruby had killed Lee Harvey Oswald. For the people who are young people.
Think about the history this guy's witnessed. By
Yeah,
the way.
I
This
mean,
guy's
it's
seen some
crazy,
shit,
dude.
Lyndon Johnson coming there and being like, yeah, Jack Ruby killed
Yeah, Jack
killed-
Ruby killed him.
Oswald was the person who was charged with arrested for killing my uncle. And a day later, he was killed in the jailhouse by a guy, who came
nightclub
in.
owner.
Stop it.
A nightclub owner.
And what does this remind us of? Some Jeffrey Epstein shit.
Oh, of
right?
course, yeah.
Right? Oh, he killed himself.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, cleaning up loose ties. Crazy, right? They just use this, like the naivety of that moment. What people thought. Like like on this deep conspiracy rewinds I do on Rockfin, bro. I mean, you listen to how these people are talking and you just want to beg for a time machine to wake everybody up going, they're lying to you, man.
Oh, dude, the bullshit meter used to be set way lower by the
Way
American
lower
public,
because we had this like faith. There just faith. We didn't have 20 years of just pure lying to our faith. I mean, dude, going back to Clinton. I mean, going back to all this lying to our face. Go on.
Jack
who was,
Ruby.
deeply involved with the mob.
Not the worst nightclub owner I ever worked for, but
Yeah.
an asshole nonetheless.
Anyway, and I had said to my dad and my mother at that time, why did he do it? Did he love our family? Because even as a little kid, it didn't make any sense to me. Why would you go do that in public when when you're putting your own life at stake? And so that story never made any sense. And then, when I was older, I researched it. Somebody gave me a book called The Unspeakable, and I read it, and the whole story that made sense. But I still believe that my father had been killed by Sirhan. Sirhan confessed to the murder. He pled guilty, and his story is that he has no memory of it, and he stuck with that story for 60 years. So, but Paul, there was a man standing, one of my father's best friends, was standing beside him when my father was shot, and his name is Paul Schrade. He was the deputy director of the United Auto Workers, and he's the guy who recruited Cesar Chavez to the labor movement, to the United Farm Workers, and then introduced my father to Cesar Chavez, which was one of the most important relationships that my father had. And the first shot that Sirhan fired hit Paul in the head. Paul survived, and he just died less than a year ago. And he spent the last 20 years of his life trying to get Sirhan out of jail because he did not believe that Sirhan killed my father. And I just sort of dismissed what, over years, I'd hear that Al Lowenstein, who you may remember, was trying to get my father, Sirhan out, because Al Lowenstein was a congressman, a great friend of my father's, started the Doug Johnson movement. He was later assassinated himself. He became a congressman, was killed. But he fought for many years.
They were assassinating people left and right.
There's a different generation of CIA and deep state actors that cared way less about how shit looked.
Well, they could cover it up way easier.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because no internet and all this. Yeah, there's no place for people to kind of group and think together and kind of investigate these things. But yeah, they're just so bold back then.
Now, because and get the case reopened because he did not believe that my father was killed by Sirhan, but I never looked into any details. I just assumed there were 77 eyewitnesses. Sirhan killed Robert Kennedy.
Right.
And then Paul Schrade made me come over to his house one day and read the autopsy report. How did he make me? He told me, you have to do this. And because he was such a close friend of my father's and because he himself had been shot, I felt like I couldn't say no to him. And when I sat down and read the autopsy report, it became clear to me, as it would to anybody who read that report, that Sirhan could not have killed my father, which is what Thomas Noguchi, the coroner, the most important coroner probably in American history, concluded also and said in his autobiography. And here's what happened in the short story. Sirhan fired 2 shots at my father. He was 5 feet away. There was, as I said, there was absolute mayhem in the kitchen of the Ambassador Hotel. My father just won the primary. He said from the stage, and now it's on to Chicago, which was where the convention was. Then he walks off the stage and he went into a route that was not expected. He was led into a route through the kitchen, which he was not supposed to go to. And waiting in the kitchen, in an ambush, was Sirhan standing in front of a steam table. And as my father approached the steam table, Sirhan fired at him 2 shots. One of those hit Paul Schrade. The other one went past my father's ear and hit a door jamb behind my father, a wooden door jamb, from which it was later removed by the LAPD. Sirhan was then grabbed by 6 men in a dog pile, and he was backed onto the steam table. And his hand, Rafer Johnson, who was a great friend of mine, one of my father's close friends, he was the decathlon gold medal winner in 1960.
What's that shot?
He was one of the people who grabbed it. He was the one who actually grabbed his hand. And he said that Sirhan, who's a tiny little man, I've been to meet him, and visited him in prison. He said the tiniest little guy. And
weird.
Rafer said he had superhuman strength, and he could not get that gun out of his hand. And Sirhan now was pointing the gun away from my father.
Do you think that's some MKUltra shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, dude.
Damn.
Because he can't remember it, dude. And this guy who is like an athlete, like a real jock, says that the guy tiny little guy had superhuman strength. Something weird about that.
Yeah,
bro.
that's crazy, bro.
That's some real MKUltra suggestions there.
6 more shots. So there's 8 shots in the barrel. He fired 6 in the other direction, the opposite direction from where my father was. All of those shots hit people. So we know who they hit. We know what happened to all of those bullets. One person got shot twice, once through his clothing. And my father was shot 4 times from behind. And
so it's the same scenario as Oswald.
Well, let me just finish.
A patsy and a real shooter.
Right. So he was a distractor. And the real shooter was behind my father. He was a man called Eugene Thane Caesar, who was a security guard who worked for Lockheed. He was a CIA operative. He was a vocal racist who hated the Kennedys. And he had been the one who led my father through the kitchen toward the ambush. He was holding my father's arm. He drew his gun.
Right.
And my father was shot 4 times from behind. One of the shots passed through the shoulder pad of his, harmlessly through the shoulder pad of his...
Terrible shot.
Of his coat. The other 2 were into his back, and then one behind his ear, which was the fatal shot. And all of the shots had an uphill trajectory. So, and all of them, and this is what the autopsy found, were contact shots. So the barrel of the gun was touching my father's body or his clothing.
Oh my God!
And they left the discharge left carbon tattoos were less than an inch from his skin. So they left carbon tattoos on his flesh.
Imagine talk about your dad.
That's what I'm thinking, dude. This is so weird, bro. It's so
And the autopsy
disturbing.
was an exquisite autopsy. It's called the perfect autopsy. Thomas Noguchi, who knew what had happened to President Kennedy's autopsy, which was, loaded with scandal, did not want the same thing to happen in LA. And he said, we're not going to do Dallas again. So he flew in the top coroners from all of the armed services, the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, to observe what he was doing. And his autopsy is called the perfect autopsy in the medical literature. And, he concluded that the shots had come from behind. And there were 77 eyewitnesses who saw that Sirhan was never behind my father. He was always in front of him, always about 5 feet away. And all the shots that killed him. Now,
it seems so open.
He fell, and as my father fell, he must have known he was being shot from behind because he turned around and grabbed off Caesar's clip-on tie. And you can see pictures of him lying on the floor, and he's actually lying on top of Caesar with the clip-on tie in his hand. And there's pictures of Caesar without his tie on. Caesar pushed my father off him and stood up. He was knocked down when my father fell onto him. He stood up and was seen with his gun. The police did not confiscate the gun that night, and they asked him what he was doing, and he said he drew the gun to shoot at Sirhan. And, and then that's the beginning of the story. And then Caesar made a series of changing, deceptive, lying statements after that in the different times he was questioned over many, many years. I cannot tell you what happened. I can speculate about it, but I can tell you that I cannot see any way that anybody can read that autopsy report and believe that Sirhan killed my father. And that's
fascinating.
It's fascinating, dude, and it's tragic.
Oh,
so we have this guest that's about to come on, tinfoil hat, and he's going to talk about some of the shady shit that Kennedy has done in the past.
RFK.
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember you were there for tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
What the guy's going to say.
I'm just saying that for the benefit of the people listening.
Yeah. But when you listen to that, it's like, here's the thing with RFK, man. He's anti-gun. Well, we know why he's anti-gun, right?
And I will say, of course, he's got good reason. But I will say Reason Magazine just did an interview with him, and he said that he would only take guns if something got passed, but he wouldn't do it like unilaterally, like executive order.
Yeah, but still, I'm sorry. Dude,
right, but that's better than Biden.
There's no place I've seen where they've taken the guns where it's ended up good for the population.
But what that means is it'll never happen because the Republicans will never be on board with any kind of legislation.
Dude, I don't know, Johnny. I don't know.
They can't. They would just be burned.
Well, you know, man, I mean, this is a big thing they want. And you kind of see like what's his name? McCarthy? Who's the speaker? Is it McCarthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see him, dude? Like they had that coup in Russia.
Yeah.
He's part of both parties were in all your favorite swamp monsters were in this meeting. All of them.
Yeah, boy, that was a hell of a story there, huh?
Yeah, that died quickly. I think they just took the money and said, "Go fuck yourself."
I think you might be right.
And it's just like it was bipartisan. That meeting to create a fake civil war in Russia, and it was all of them. Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell,
and the guy that they're enriching is one of the worst humans on the planet. That guy Prigozhin, he put out a video. His people did like a couple of months back where they sledgehammer a guy in the head to death for deserting.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Disgusting stuff.
Yeah, of course.
He's evil.
It's awful,
Pure
dude.
evil.
I mean, but it's like, hey, dude, where did the money go? Oh, we just had a giant, this is.
Well, remember that $6 billion that they said, we just found $6 billion.
You know what's going to start a civil war? $6 billion.
That'll do it.
Right?
That'll
so
do
it's
it.
kind of crazy, dude. So that's my opinion. Anything else, Johnny? Daddy's tired.
So interesting. I mean, this guy has been privy to so many conversations that people like us would just love to hear.
Just think about oh, Lyndon B. Johnson walked in. Most likely part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got him.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy, just looking at that guy, you can tell he's not right, too. Johnson.
Oh, dude. Just they're all scumbag. And the way people still defend that guy.
He's one of those guys. He's another like Cheney type, though, who could never have done it without somebody, a face, you know what I mean? Out front.
Yeah. Get him in. Get him in.
100%.
Get Kennedy. Get him in.
And Johnson almost ended up doing it again when he was planning on going down during the Democratic National Convention, and when it was going to shit, you know, while he was president, and going down there and just saying, all right, I'll do it, you know. And he was so close to actually running for president again and taking it over at the convention when it was going to shit. And I think some smart people told him not to. We got to talk. Okay, here's the news. We got to talk about the biggest news of the day, which is Twitter.
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening.
So,
because I've heard multiple different stories, but go on, explain to me.
Well, a lot of people started reporting that they were getting this notice that they had been rate limited. Now, I've had this for a while because of issues with Safari. It turns out every time Safari, like you open Safari and you have tabs open of Twitter, it's like refreshing them constantly, and Twitter sees that as you like
refreshing it.
Well, possibly mining data.
Yes.
And so I would get rate limited until I figured that out, and I closed all the Twitter tabs I had open.
Oh.
But what they're doing now is, and we had tons of people who were getting rate limited. Rate limit exceeded was this notification they were getting. All at once saying that it was happening to them. If you go to the website Down Detector, which tells you when websites are down, the reports of Twitter being down just skyrocketed.
Right.
And so I'm just going to read this from CNN Business. Thousands of Twitter users across several countries were unable to access the social media site or faced difficulty and delays Saturday. Rate limit exceeded and hashtag Twitter down are the two top trending topics on the app in the U.S. for those who have use of it. The former, that would be rate limit exceeded, had 40,000 tweets as of Saturday at noon. So here's what Musk has said.
Johnny, I want you to go to Twitter right now. I'm going to include you in a tweet so you can find what this guy's saying, because it's super interesting. So I just added you for this tweet. So I want you to see what this guy, I want you saying that, I want you to hear what this guy's saying.
Okay. Then Elon came out and said that he is going to limit verified users to 6,000 posts a day that they can see.
You know what that reminds me of is, you remember when like all these musical stream apps came up and they're like, you could listen to a million songs, and you'd hear like dumb people going, is there even a million songs out there? Yeah. So it's like when someone's like 6,000 tweets, you're like, does anyone actually see 6,000 tweets?
I think that's the thing though. That's just verified users. Most people who aren't paying the $8 are limited to 600 tweets per day.
Yeah.
And then new unverified accounts are limited to 300 posts per day. So if you have a new account that's not verified, only 300 posts per day. Now, he did say later in the day after blowback on that the limit will soon increase to 8,000 for verified people, 800 for unverified, and 400 for new unverified accounts. I think this is similar to what Reddit recently did. I think what you're finding, according to them, what Twitter is finding, is that a lot of apps are using their data and repackaging it, like better than Twitter apps. You remember like Hootsuite? Do you remember that? It was a way to tweet and you could like schedule tweets and stuff before Twitter had it. I think this is them combating that, people using their data.
Well, watch that video that I sent you. It's very interesting. This guy has Voorhees, you remember the Google whistleblower?
I do, yeah.
He retweeted this. So I found it like that guy who's big into tech had a really interesting take on it.
This guy looks like he's in Runyon Canyon.
Good morning. I am here out for a hike in beautiful Coldwater Canyon in Hollywood.
Hey!
And thought I would record my take on this new rate limit controversy happening right now on Twitter with Elon Musk limiting
it's a very
Twitter
interesting take.
6,000 and now 8,000 per day for verified users and 600 to 800 for non-verified. And I'm going to sort of address this issue from the perspective of the industry, because it's a really fascinating thing that Musk just did with wide-ranging implications for the science of censorship. So for those who've been following me and Foundation for Freedom Online for some time, you know that AI censorship is where all of the magic happens. The Twitter files showed how the FBI might come in and get 22 tweets censored, but AI was how in EIP and other type of third-party censorship groups were able to get 22 million tweets censored. So the order of, that's 6 orders of magnitude, right? It's a completely different animal. You could not censor the internet before 2016 at the kind of scale that you do now because you have AI censorship models. That is, there's a AI censorship Death Star that has been under construction and innovation and renovation every week, every month, every year for the past 6-7 years now. And it all relies on massive scraping of Twitter data in order to build these models and databases to track trending narratives, to systematically surveil and build intelligence dossiers, and to track and to turn down.
Why is he hiking with his shirt buttoned all the way up?
That's an excellent question.
It's so weird. It's like, now, depending on when he did this, which would be today, earlier today, which would be technically yesterday when we're recording right now, or the day before, it's gotta be 90. Because this is the Valley.
What if he's like one of those Steve Jobs types? That's just only what he wears is the buttoned up blue
respect.
Oxford. That's all he's got in his closet.
Yeah.
Once communities online, political communities, social or public health communities, any climate communities. I mean, you name it. Whatever the sensitive policy issue of the day is, you can use this massive Twitter scraping capacity to ingest everyone's tweets and then disambiguate out all of the words that they're using, the hashtags, the themes, the memes, and to build this sort of code book of online communities that can then be used for massive censorship, that is used for mass censorship. So a good example of this is how did EIP end up getting 22 million tweets classified as information? Well, first, they didn't flag 22 million by hand. This was something that Mehdi Hassan, the MSNBC host, flagrantly deceived his millions of viewers about. When he said, oh, they only flagged 3,000, not 22 million, hardy, so you're only off by 21.7 million. No, you butthead. Actually, what happened was they used AI to designate 22 million because they scraped 859 million tweets to build their AI model, of which they said 22 million constituted misinformation, okay? So yeah, the 3,000 was just the tip of the 22 million iceberg, because back in the Twitter iteration before today, these third-party censorship consortiums could just mass ingest hundreds of millions of tweets all at once in order to build these vast censorship models in order to control all of public conversation all at once. Now, look, at that time, they also had captured the trust and safety teams at Twitter. So it was very easy for them to build that model and then, basically target those 22 million tweets and all the, hundreds of thousands of accounts and have those be automatically throttled because they were controlling the actual enforcement arms as well. It's unclear if that continues to be the case, but the fact is that Twitter is by far and away the intelligence agency, the State Department, the Defense Department,
the rest
and
of
the
it
NGO
we all know.
Yeah, so he's saying that this could possibly prevent the government from scraping tweets
or AI censorship bots whose job it is to scrape all this data, find common words that people who they want to censor are saying, and then can find those words and shadow ban them to hell. It's interesting.
Sam and his GIMP, I knew all of that information already.
Oh, shit.
Also, I invented email.
Is he doing that in real time?
He must have listened. He's hacked into us and just...
In real time?
What did he say again? Hold on.
Sam and his GIMP, I knew all of that information already.
Call me his GIMP?
Also, I invented email.
My GIMP.
Yeah,
Sam and his...
Oh, wow. I guess...
Wow.
Okay, well, Shiva knew all that already. I didn't know all that already. I thought that was
so what are your thoughts on that?
plausible. I mean, it's also, I will say, part of this narrative that is seductive, that Elon is some kind of, white knight figure, which, a lot of people want to believe. I want to believe it. Not sure it's true, but I would love for it to be true. What do you think? I mean, people, it does fit that narrative, right? That Elon is some kind of like hero figure, like a protagonist.
But it's like, okay, if that's really going to piss off DARPA, doesn't he work with DARPA? Or is that like a game being played as well?
I mean, you've heard people say it, like that he's kind of doing the minimum possible, kind of silent quitting, that term that Gen Z is doing.
Interesting. I think it's interesting. Johnny, I sent you one more thing. I want you to go back to this chick. Can you look up?
Where'd you send it?
Erica Report at Erica Report.
Where'd you send it?
Go on Twitter at Erica Report. Can you go on there? So at Erica Marsh is her name. She put out the dumbest tweet possible. Here, where is it?
You want me to read it? Okay, there it is.
There it is. Okay. So this is the tweet that pissed everybody off. Okay.
All right, I'll read it. This is from Erica Marsh. If you don't know, the Supreme Court recently ruled against the University of North Carolina, my alma mater, and Harvard, saying that essentially race-based admissions, heretofore known, as affirmative action will be illegal, essentially. You know, there's no more race-based admissions. And Erica Marsh says that today's Supreme Court decision is a direct attack on black people. No black person will be able to succeed in a merit-based system, which is exactly why affirmative action-based programs were needed. Today's decision is a travesty.
All right. So
is that serious?
So
is that serious?
Well, it's turned out that Erica is a AI bot.
You're joking.
And everyone's been losing it on her. If you look up Erica Marsh, they'll tell you like this is a character from a TV show, and that this is an AI generated name.
Let's look at the image. You can usually tell by the photo too that it's AI generated.
It is she's made up. Okay, and
where does this thing says that she's made up right here?
No, if you Google it, AI Erica Marsh, you could Google it. It will be like this is a bot, and this is based off a fictitious character from who is it? You know, it's a fake bot account, right? And it's based off of a fictional character. Second one down. There you go. Right there. Okay, it's a bot, and it's based off of a character that isn't even real.
Okay, who is Erica Marsh? Erica Marsh is a Twitter account handle that went viral due to tweeting a flaming opinion on the social media site. The tweet stated that the Supreme Court decision, we saw that. Many think the tweet was made by a conservative who is just pretending to be a liberal. The person behind the account is supposedly posting tweets to provoke conservatives. Wait, is this going to... Others assume...
there it is. Erica Marsh is a character from a One Tree
we
Hill.
don't. This is not saying for sure that it's AI, though. It could just be a parody account. Others assume that it is an AI account that is being used to gather the harvest data, and or for some other hidden agenda, rather. Erica Marsh is a character from One Tree Hill, a TV series that aired from 2003 to 2012.
It's also a yeah. So look up that one. Look up the
One Tree Hill. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
Yeah, that's her right there. That's who yeah.
And what is this? This must be like an AI generated image of her. Maybe?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, right?
Yeah. And everybody fell for it, including myself.
Oh, really? Were you getting into it with her?
Well, I just like.
What if Peter Hotez is a AI generated? Wouldn't that be?
I mean, dude, he did go on Rogan.
This is so funny. We should do this, dude. We should make some AI fake tweets, like an account that just gets out there and wars with people. You know, like we should do an AI generated podcaster that doesn't actually have a podcast. He just tweets about podcasts. You know, just attacks Chad Zumach all the time.
No, leave Chad alone. Let Chad.
Dude, Chad goes hard on Twitter.
Chad is doing Chad very well. He's crushing
Chad
it.
goes to war on
Chad
Twitter, bro.
crushes it.
I love Chad Zumach.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of what we just talked about, California, this is from ABC 15. California man creates AI chatbot to waste the time of telemarketers. See, it's not all bad. You can ignore calls from unknown numbers. You can hang up immediately when you hear a recorded telemarketing message, or you can use a chatbot to mess with them. That's what one California man is doing with his ChatGPT powered tool. Roger Anderson, hero, operates a subscription service called Jolly Roger, and several thousand customers pay him about $25 a year to use his product of, quote, mass distraction, the Wall Street Journal reports. The goal is to keep a telemarketer or scammer on the line just to frustrate them and waste their time for trying to waste yours.
I love it.
It's just AI, dude. AI talking to these telemarketers.
Isn't that what Elon Musk has said? You're going to need an AI to defeat an AI. That's basically what he's doing, right? He's using AI.
Yeah, totally.
Chat box.
Here's this guy.
Well, hello there. Jolly Roger Anderson here with the Jolly Roger Telephone Company. I make robots that talk to telemarketers, and today I am recording this video very early in the morning Pacific time because an article just dropped in the Wall Street Journal about...
Here's one where it talks to a telemarketer. Here we go. Here's an example.
Hi, this is Sean Harris, and I'm calling you.
Oh, that sounds like a Sean Harris, doesn't it?
How are you doing today?
Hey, life is good with me. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, ma'am. Thanks for asking. The
Yeah.
reason for my call is to inform you about new low-cost final expense insurance program, which have been recently approved in the state of Texas, ma'am.
This is great.
And we are helping out the people who are paying a lot of money with the final expense insurance. We are providing free information, free quotations for themselves, just for the comparison purposes. So how old are you, ma'am?
You won't believe what just happened to me. I won a local talent show, and I'm just over the moon. Have you ever participated in a talent show? What Hidden Talent?
Well, that's great, ma'am. I used to participate in Dubai when I was in Dubai from 2020.
That's like me on the phone with my girlfriend. You know, she starts going on
I
too
was
much.
working over there, and I have
I'm watching baseball.
participated over there for dancing. And
Sure.
I didn't want it. Actually.
Yeah, babe, your coworker sounds like a real bitch.
Selected.
Huh?
Sure.
Congratulations for you, well, ma'am. It's a good day to you. And the one more congratulation that you received my call, and we are just providing you some free quotation which can save you some good money, ma'am.
Sure.
This is great.
So for the qualifying purposes, I need to ask you a couple of questions. I'm pretty sure it's just a general information like how old are you?
Sure.
So, may I know what's your age?
You know, I just won a local talent show, and I've been thinking about how to celebrate. Maybe this insurance program could be a part of my celebration plan. Can you tell me more about it? Like, what kind of benefits does it offer? And do you think it would cover the cost of a big party?
Ma'am,
like what Jason
actually,
does.
it depends on the client. Like, you are the one decide how much coverage you need. We provide 5,000 in coverage plan. We provide 10,000 in coverage and the 20th as well. So
This guy's a hero.
as you know, ma'am, if
This
you
guy's a hero, dude.
I'm doing well, thank you.
You just got me
I
with
was
it, by the way.
thinking about my old college days. What time that was. Did you go to college, Patricia? What was your major?
Dude, you know how much funnier this could be if he made it like dirty? You know, just a little bit like, dude, I was just thinking about like the first guy I had sex with in
see
college.
if he has any more.
Oh, dude, I'm sure he's got millions of them. Let's see.
Yeah, get
Hey
to it. We
everyone,
don't need to hear
this
him.
is Roger Anderson.
Hey, we're going to give you guys...
Medicare has upgraded
Wait, is this Shiva? Is this Dr. Shiva?
security policy, so they are sending everybody a new Medicare card, which is black and white color with the golden chip on it. So you are also getting the new Medicare card, okay?
Huh.
So sir, do me a little favor. Can you please just go and grab your old red, white and blue Medicare health insurance card for me? I'm just holding on a line because I just need to confirm your Medicare card issue date, only just the date of the card, okay?
Huh?
I'm saying issue date. I need your old Medicare card issue date, only just the date of the card, okay?
What the...
Hello?
I'm so glad you called. You know, I've been thinking a lot about President Biden's policies.
What?
But first, could you tell me more about the American Federation of Teachers? I'd love to hear about your organization's history and some of your most memorable achievements. I've got all the time in the world.
By the way, stop. This is like talking to my father, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh. Huh. Sam, have you thought about becoming a substitute teacher? That's the email we're talking about.
Dude, I used to think that was like the perfect job, substitute teaching.
Oh, I would just get fired. I would just be choking people out. Huh.
You want to listen to any more of that? We're good.
Oh, I'm good.
It's funny, right? Isn't
It's
that
the
great?
best.
That guy's a hero.
I gotta go, Johnny.
All right, just a couple more
Honestly,
stories.
Nope.
Just a couple more.
Johnny, it is 12:30 in the morning. I have to get up
I need 10
kids.
more minutes.
Nope.
10 more minutes.
Five.
We're almost done.
You get
No, you
five.
got to listen to this.
You get 5.
We have to start doing the news earlier if we're only going to get the 2
Okay,
stories.
I'm
That's
fine
ridiculous.
with that.
This is from the Daily Express US. This story's hilarious. An irritated janitor allegedly switched off a super cold mega fridge to stop it from beeping, but accidentally destroyed decades of scientific work.
Oh my God.
This guy that worked at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, RPI, in Troy, New York, claimed the storage freezer contained cell cultures,
Oh
samples,
my
and
God.
experiments at minus 112 Fahrenheit. RPI's lawyer, Michael Ginsberg, alleged people's behavior and negligence caused all of this.
Oh my
Unfortunately, they wiped
God.
out 25 years of research. The damaged material was allegedly part of research into photosynthesis to further the development of solar panels. And this guy, this fucking janitor, was just tired of hearing.
I get it, dude.
So he unplugged it. He was just like, fuck this, dude. I've had enough.
Oh my God,
and unplugged
bro.
it. 25 years of research they lost.
Oh my
Isn't that crazy?
God.
That's so funny. Here's another one, funny story from academia at Harvard. In an ironic twist, this is from The Guardian, in the world of behavioral science, a Harvard professor who studies honesty has been accused of data fraud. Over the last few weeks, allegations have surfaced that Francesca Gino, a prominent Harvard Business School professor who has been accused of falsifying results in several behavioral science studies. That doesn't make sense, that sentence. But on 16 June, the Chronicle of Higher Education reported that Max Bazerman, an HBS professor and co-author who published a paper in 2012 alongside Gino, said that Harvard informed him that it believed one of the studies overseen by Gino had falsified results.
Jesus.
That's got to be proof of simulation, right? A guy who researches honesty is lying in his results. He's faking
well,
results.
this isn't. There's a woman that just got busted for this too.
Oh, maybe this is a woman. Then, yeah, Francesca. It's got to be a woman, right?
Hey,
think it was
I
two
know
of
you got some. But I have a gift for you.
A gift?
Yeah, I forgot to give it to you.
What is this?
Here.
Okay.
Mystery package! It's mystery package. It could be anything. It could be a ton of cash or some anal rings. It doesn't matter. It could be anything. It's mystery package. Let's see if it blings.
This guy came to my show and he goes, "Give this to Johnny," because he gave all of us some.
Mystery package?
Yeah, it's the mystery package.
Mystery package.
Mystery package.
We got some tinfoil hat with Sam Tripoli
Some stickers. I gotta give that here.
Thanks,
here,
thanks to me for that. Okay,
no, that's
cool.
not yours.
No, you said that bag was mine. Thanks, Sam. And then we got a blanket here.
No, it's a poncho.
Oh, it's a poncho.
Yeah, we
What,
got.
like,
yeah. Now, a guy gave it to us, and I'm trying to find who he is, bro.
oh, this is dope, dude. I can be like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. How do you spell poncho?
Poncho.
Oh, here it is, dude. I found him. Here he is. Raul de la Torre. And his Instagram is Guadalupe_Martini. And he's in a band. One more time, Johnny. That's Raul de la Torre. Yes, there you go, Johnny. We should have done it at the end. Fuck.
Love it. All right, just a couple more here.
Okay, I gotta go.
We're
Johnny, I'm
almost
dead
done.
serious.
We're
I gotta
almost
go.
done.
God damn, I gotta go, bro.
Got a couple of plane stories here. Listen to this. This is from the New Times. An airline passenger in the business class section. You think if you're in business class, you're doing okay. You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about shit like
Yeah.
this. Of an Emirates flight to Miami last November was sitting next to her husband trying to get some sleep when she awoke to warm, moist surprises. An obviously very drunk man who had been causing a scene and yelling at airline staff mid-flight was relieving himself all over her.
Oh
and he
my
didn't
God.
appear to have scruples about it, according to a lawsuit recently filed against the airline. The drunken man was in the aisle, leaning on the bulkhead for support and urinating onto her, finishing by shaking his penis. Isn't that great?
Jesus Christ.
Here's another guy. You never had
I'm
a
not
delay?
listening.
You ever had a delay?
I'm
and
tuned
they
out.
tell you like you can get off the plane.
SamTripoli.com.
You ever had a delay and they
I'm
tell you
tired.
you can get off the plane,
You
but
keep going.
if you get off the plane, you can't get back on. If you
I'm
had those
going.
delays, no, just listen to this. You ever had those delays where they tell you like, listen, we got a delay. You can get off the plane and try to get another plane, but if you can't come back on, is what they tell you. Well, this guy waited 18 hours on the plane, and he ended up being the only person on the flight when it eventually took off.
Oh, I love that, bro.
This was in Charlotte too. This is where I always have problems coming out of Charlotte.
I'd be like, dude, give me snacks.
What would you? Because they have to make the flight because they got to keep the planes on time. You know, like eventually going to where they go. So they got to fly.
Yeah.
And this guy's just the only dude on the plane. What would you do if you're the only person on a commercial airplane?
Masturbate.
That's what happened to Phil Stringer. Actually, what you'd probably crash because there's no pilot, right?
That's
a trick
true.
question.
There you go, Johnny.
All right, and then one more airplane story. A Texas airport worker who was sucked into an airplane's engine. Turns out it was suicide, Sam. The guy went in. That's how he chose to kill himself, by going into the engine of a jet.
Same guy?
What? Same guy.
What?
An airline worker who was ingested into the plane's engine. No, different guy.
I've tuned out.
An airline. This is unprofessional.
I know.
An airline worker who was ingested into a plane's engine Friday night at the San Antonio International Airport took his own life, the medical examiner said.
Man.
Guy got himself sucked into an airplane engine. Somebody paid $60,000 for a microscopic Louis Vuitton bag. Look at this thing.
That sounds like money laundering to
Look
me.
at that right there. $60,000 for that.
That's called money laundering.
That's for if you have more money than sense, you spend $60,000.
That was dumb. I wish I would sneeze right on it.
You want and just lose it? It just gets lost in the wind.
And then I just start stomping.
All right, last story here, and this is right up your alley. With a single tweet, Shamath. This is about Go Woke, Go Broke, Sam. You'll like this.
Okay.
Shamath Palihapitiya, the CEO of Social Capital, has become Twitter's provocative main character of the day. He sent out a screenshot of a recent Bloomberg article based on how 6 southern states have contributed more to the U.S. gross domestic product than the Northeast corridor of Washington, New York, and Boston for the first time in history. But it was his accompanying caption that sparked hot debate. Go woke, go broke, he said, implying that the ongoing culture war and economic policies of the northeastern states had facilitated the migration of wealth and economic power to the South.
Yeah.
These were the states. Florida, Texas, Georgia, and the Carolinas, plus Tennessee, had added $100 billion in new net income from 2020 to 2021, while Washington, New York, and Boston had lost $60 billion.
Yep.
And he's blaming that on politics. You would agree with that, naturally, wouldn't you, Sam?
Yep.
You would agree with that.
Yep.
Didn't get time to tell you about John Brinkley. Somebody requested that, but we
all right,
won't
guys.
Did you hear about this guy who
Good luck on your 75
is doing
days.
penis implants? And
Good luck.
They're coming after him.
What?
This guy doing penis implants, and he's the guy. Who
And what? Their dicks don't work now?
No. Well, they say he's
Johnny, does it feel like it's July at all?
No, it's the weather. That's why. It hasn't
I
gotten
think
hot
you're
here.
right about
everywhere
time
else in the
stealing.
country. It's gotten hot, but not here.
Oh, it's hot. It was
The
hot
time
today.
stealing thing. Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.
We'll get to John Brinkley eventually. Do your 75 hard, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Della Torre, for this poncho. I like this.
Thank you.
I like this quite a lot. I can wear it to.
Can you put that earlier in the episode?
I'll see what I can do about that.
All right.
If it makes sense. Yeah.
Maybe part of a sneak peek up.
Oh, like it's got a tree on it too. That's cool. Did he make this, or is this just a gift? Do you know? Really? Yeah. That's rad. All right. Bye, everybody. Sam's got to go. Here are those stickers. Here are those stickers.
Pick up your guitar, sing me a song. This was Groover's paradise. Now the Groover is gone. Was a cool little city